would you like to stay the same? You're getting way over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child. Can't break even. Can't get out of the game. Yeah.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right, folks. Yeah, we in the house, and this is Ask Me Anything, and AL wanted me to do something right off the right off the rip. He said this would be his grandfather's 90th birthday if he had lived. So rest in power, AL Evans Sr. And in a moment of silence, in other words, don't nobody say shit. So I'm sure he would agree with that. So God bless you, and God bless you for raising our good friend AL Evans. So shout out to him, and everybody kind of wish AL's grandfather a posthumous happy birthday. So anyway, let's get started. Adric, what's going on? I'm listening. What's happening? Andre, what's going on? Poseidon, what's going on? Hurricane Greg, what's happening? So Jay, what's happening? Ricky Watts, what's happening? AB, what's up? All Star G, what's happening? Real Vinsanity, what's happening? Cool Gamer, what's up? Detroit 313, what's happening? Compassionate, what's happening, man? Oos. Dennis, what's going on? I'm listening. What's happening? Toya with the apple? You in Dallas or you went back home, Toya? Jeffrey, what's happening? Everybody's paying homage to AL's grandfather. Brandon, what's happening? King Lexicon, what's happening? Willia 3, what's going on? Abe, what's happening? And hey, what's happening, man? Where you been? Okay. May I get the link to ask you? Okay, sure. Let me send it to you. You got your email? Before I, really get started. If you're on your email, I'll email it to you. Still in Dallas? Okay. Rest in peace to the ancestor. Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay. All right, I'm gonna email it to you. Uh, I haven't emailed you in a long time, man. I hope I remember your email address. Damn. What is your email address? I'm trying to remember your email address now. It'll come to me. Let me look for it. Anyhow. What's up, BGS? Two Whopper Juniors on me. Let's cut the chicken wraps. Quick question. Who's your fave rapper? Do you like Drake? Drake is okay. Favorite rapper probably would, believe it or not, would be is either Tupac or would be or it would be Snoop Dogg. You had to pick. Okay. That's what happens when you're missing in action. So long. All right. Sent. Pharaoh, what's happening, man? How's your son, though, Mike? Money Motions in the house. Blade Runner, what's up? Parisha, finish your required reading. So much feminism talk with Caroline Mace, but great content otherwise. It'll help you a lot. I haven't read her stuff since the 90s. I think last time I read her stuff was like 2005, maybe. But it is dense. But the thing is, that'll help you a lot. That and the Teresa Crenshaw's book. What music did Boomer grow up on? Depends. We started in the '60s with the Jackson Five and Motown Soul. Then we moved into funk with James Brown and folks like that. And then we moved into what we called fusion, jazz fusion. And then then the Quiet Storm, which is like a neo soul with jazz mixed in, and then but that's not what you.
What's going on, brother? How we
What's
doing?
up, sir?
I've been doing well.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Give me
Low.
one, give me 1 second.
How you doing? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Try it again. What's the best city for a person from New York who wants to move for a lower cost of living, but wants to replicate the New York environment? That's a damn good question. People say Miami is less expensive, but I would say a lot of people are moving to Austin, Texas. All right, that the Austin area um, gives you some of the replication of a New York environment. It used to be San Francisco, but I would say people from New York are moving to Austin because they used to be Miami, but Miami's getting kind of expensive. But that's what I would say. Come on back in, Mike, when you get a chance. A true West Coast guy. That's me. All right, try it again.
Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Hey, brother, how we doing, man?
Good.
I don't appreciate you doing that episode you did yesterday. I felt a disturbance in the force to check in on y'all. I was
What's so
actually
bad
just
about it?
jumped. It was the episode that I've been waiting on. It's something that Rolo Tomasi is afraid to touch, and there was an episode that those boys did on their show in Vegas that that kid Zerka um, started to kind of talk about, and then Rolo dead it in the water as quickly as possible
Mm,
because he didn't want to have the discussion about protection
mm,
and how do you incentivize another man to lay down his life for someone.
mm. Okay.
And that's what your episode yesterday resonated with me with because I think it's time to start having these protection talks.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the women fail to realize. They think it's family first, but you got to give me a reason to die for you.
Yeah.
Um, and I think what's happening is when I first met you and I came on the panel and I asked you, do you think the men would be resentful? Remember that question?
No, I
And
don't.
you told okay. Well, you told me you don't know yet. You said we'll see.
No. Okay.
And I think that I'm still at that point now where I think the men might be too resentful to do the first order because everybody wants to talk about the providing piece, and even she talked about the provision and family first.
Mm-hmm.
But the very first piece isn't provision. The very first piece is protection.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very first piece. And I think Rolo sees it. These boys are not going to protect these girls. That's the first point of marriage. It's to protect someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that person must be deemed worthy in your eyes to do so.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Of course, if it's family, yeah, but remember, you're not my family yet. You know what I mean? I'll do that for my brother and my sister, but that's because we're blood related. But
In the system, it's a man's duty.
Yeah,
In a proper system.
it's his duty. Yeah, but the problem is now that you've really have taken away the procreation piece, right, that men have. You've taken away the priesting piece, right, which used to be head of homes. Society has taken that away, or should I say, substituted it. That's probably the best word to use. Then now they have substituted the provision piece, and now you have the last piece, which is actually the first piece, which is the protection piece. And that's what I tell my daughter all the time. I'll teach you how to help you convince a man to die for you, but you must live by those words that you give him. And that's ultimately what marriage is. It's a protection piece. I mean, it's the greatest sense of security for a woman on this planet is to have a husband. You know what I mean?
It's an exchange.
Yeah, it's an exchange. And I says the exchange is he lays down his life and you give him a life, which is a child.
Yeah.
So the sheer fact that women don't want to have children anymore, same for South Korea. I mean, South Korea, it's from the simple fact of they don't want to give a life. And I think all of her 4 points yesterday were great topics and great starting points, but that's not the first point to start with. The first starting point is protection. If we don't fix that piece, none of it's going to get fixed.
Well, that's society.
Yeah, and that's society. Society has to. Well, they're putting out a lot of these old World War II movies, and they're good movies, a lot of production, but these young boys are not watching it. They're not watching these 1912 movies and Pearl Harbor movies, and they're not watching these movies no more. They're going, no, we're not doing that.
Why do soldiers lay down their life?
Well, that's the ultimate point of marriage.
It's not just marriage. You know, it's all protect society that you live in.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, and I think that's something that you had mentioned before about civilizations are being built off families, but you have to be able to protect them. And if you don't have these young men that don't want to protect them, there is no civilization.
What do they get for it?
Yeah, that's true, and I think that's I think that is the ultimate. No one wants to touch that red herring just yet. But I think your topic yesterday probably pushed it forward because I know they're listening and I know they're taking material.
Yeah.
And I know that they are really looking at our space to try to figure out the problem. You're going to have to literally convince these young men. You can't brainwash them no more. You got the internet now. They can see everything that happens. My son and I watched We Were Soldiers. And his eyes were about as big as golf balls. Baseballs, I mean, when he watched how quickly men were dying with just convenient modern weaponry. You know what I mean? And he was just like, I said, see, this is not modern warfare. This isn't Call of Duty. That bullet flies faster than you can imagine, and your life is over in the flash of an eye. You know what I mean? So,
and look at the Palestinians. They're out there. They know they're going to die.
Yeah. So I wanted to see what you thought about the resentment question of that. Is there too much resentment built up for these boys to even care? I mean, in my honest opinion,
I don't think it's in resentment. I think it's indifference. It's even worse.
Yeah, that is worse. Yeah, because I know they want to talk about the mass shootings, but I'm like, that stuff is so rare, and most of those young men come from single mother homes. Pretty much 100% of them have been.
That's not what they're afraid of.
That's not what they're afraid of. And I know what it is. And it was something that I think you put out that video about the indifference, which I went back and researched, which was having no empathy for someone. Just,
or your society.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for you. Why should I work?
Yeah.
Why should I take care?
Yeah. And I think that the biggest conundrum, or I think where a lot of women are having the toughest, I guess you say, polarizing issue for themselves is their whole identity is to go after what they want. But you got to be chosen. And if you're not chosen, you're not wanted.
You're groomed to be a man.
And that's what these men are not. Yeah, and that too. But you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
they're being groomed to be men, they understand the definition of want. They really genuinely understand these men don't want to do their first duty, which is protection.
because you're groomed man. You're
Yeah,
supposed to protect yourself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what.
And then you can protect someone else. Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
a
So
man knows he has no protection.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get your idea on that on that question yesterday. I was gonna you didn't do a panel. I was gonna pop up there yesterday, but I've been holding on for 24 hours, brother. I wanted to see what you thought. I think you're right. It's a difference. It's worse. It's worse.
It's worse.
It's global. It's global and it's worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening to the guys in Korea, China, Africa. I'm listening to guys in Europe, in the United States. It's global.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't think. I remember. Was it? Name was protagonist brought it up. Hikikomori,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think it would spread like it did. But it's literally what these boys are doing all globally. They're just lying flat.
Yeah.
They're just like, yo, regardless of what happens to me, I don't care. You put me in prison for 10 years, I don't care. It blows my mind, you know.
Yeah. They'd rather die and live alone than survive in the system.
Yeah, they would. And I don't know how. I'm still doing my research to jump started to see how do you get boys to get their focal point of not being with a woman, but on their purpose to be worth it. You get what I'm saying? Like I tell my son all the time, marriage is basically. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You take them out of the feminist education system.
Yeah, well, he's about to graduate. So if it wasn't for you guys, y'all know y'all always have my thanks and my love for y'all for what y'all have done for me, for falling into space and dusting my goofy ass off. Promise I won't cry today, but for what you guys do for my.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. We have some rough spots, but that's to be typical for most boys. And I still got my reins on him tight enough to where I can guide him where he wants to go next. And one of the things he wants to do is go overseas and play soccer.
Okay.
And I said, do it, man. Whatever gets you out of the system.
Yeah.
Whether that's go play soccer, whether it's go to college, whether it's go military. I just always want you to have an option of an out. And I always thank Officer Charles for that, and Art Ibmore, for you guys for just giving me that guidance to mold him the way y'all did, and all the other guys in the section as well. Even Mike from the Brain Trust. You guys just truly, I can name all of y'all. I can't name all of y'all how much I appreciate bless me and my son, because I see that's the only way that he's willing to push through is because my foot is on his neck to keep fighting. These boys have to go to the father. If they don't, then they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I go back to Officer and the Gentleman, right?
Yeah. But especially that video was Officer and the Gentleman. He said, "I have nowhere else to go." Yeah, I think. Yeah. These boys are crying out, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's too late. I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday at the gym. We were talking about those AI systems kicking in, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He goes, "I'm in the top 15%," but he's like, "I don't know what the rest of these people are gonna do." I was like, "I do." I said, "They ain't gonna do nothing." And what I mean?
Until they have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and then they'll go nuts.
Then they'll go nuts. So,
or they'll build another system,
which is what they're doing in Africa right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that kind of shakes out. But I just wanted to ask you about that question about the protection piece. I think that conversation needs to start happening more faster than later, because the provision piece doesn't matter if there's no system in place for you to make money. These AI systems kick in. It doesn't matter about the provision piece. Now you're back in the in the Great Depression times. People were still getting married for protection.
It's closer to Northern Europe at the end of the 18th century.
Okay, I'm gonna go look that up then. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do some more research on that. Okay.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send some stuff.
Okay. I'm like I said, man, I'm trying to find the answer, just even for my boy, and try to help some of these boys out.
It's systemic.
Yeah, and I think it's funny too, because I told was talking to somebody today about what are we going to do with whatever our daughters are going to do. And so she just looks at me. She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What are you going to do in all these systems?" Like I said, I was on the phone yesterday with my retirement company, and I have to call back in 2 weeks to get a, you have to go through that whole holding process, to do something. And I said, but in 2 weeks I have to call. So I said, basically, I said, you tell me I have to call you back in 2 weeks to tell you to push a button that you literally probably could just go ahead and push without me calling. She goes, yeah. And when I got off the phone with her, it just dawned on me. I'm like, an automated system can do that. They're going to take these people's jobs, man.
Yes.
They're literally going to take these people's jobs. Lovely lady, she sat on the phone with me for almost an hour till we fixed the problem. Yeah. But her job can be done. They're automated. Yes, it can be. And it's funny to me that everybody's talking about ChatGPT 2.0, but they don't realize the other one. The young man is already here. 3.0 is already here. It's crazy to me, how they've already these systems just talk to you. You can't tell the difference in the voice.
ChatGPT is a baby.
It's a baby. Yeah, you can't even tell. You can't even tell the difference. So it amazes me how even in nursing, like you said yesterday, those systems will eventually start talking to each other. They will make it mandatory because they don't have enough nurses to go around to do all of these monitoring of these patients. Yeah, it takes too long to make a nurse. It genuinely does, to make a decent nurse.
A decent nurse. Yeah. And the thing that you came up with was probably could be integral in that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but it's one of those things now where you got to have funding for it, and this is the system and the bureaucracy we're willing to adapt those type of technologies into it. Does that make sense? So,
it doesn't have to be sold here.
No, brother, trust me, I'm already ahead of you.
Okay, all right.
I'm keeping things on the wrap because that's what we saw. Yeah, that's what we saw is that eventually there's this monster, this monstrosity of technology, like you said before, is about to get up and move and go eat in a new pasture. And in that new pasture, all these technologies will flourish over there. So, but yeah, I just wanted to come up and see what you thought about the protection piece. Because if we don't fix this issue of protection, I mean, and not in a way of not brainwashing these young men, I don't think it's ever going to work.
One thing you got to give them credit.
You got to give them credit. You got to give them, and that's what I was going to say, and also giving the daughters the ability to want to display the behavior of someone who needs to be protected, not acting and faking like a damsel in distress. But also, you know what I'm saying? It was different back then. You knew when an upstanding woman back in the day came in the room, you didn't cuss around that lady.
Nature would take care of that.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, you're right. So basically, you think the environment is pretty much what's going to fix it.
It's the only thing going to change it.
Okay.
It's already started.
You're right. So, all right, brother. I just wanted to come up here. You had me eager yesterday.
I'll send you a link for my Patreon on Sunday. You can join us behind the wall.
Do that, and I'd love to get behind the wall with you guys on Sunday. Like I said, I think that's where we. I figure that if we don't figure out this protection piece, and like I said before, Rolo, and I know you're listening, y'all boys better figure that out on y'all side because it's not working.
No, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Yeah. And they better come up with something different than to just tell a young man this is what he's supposed to do.
That doesn't work.
Long and gone.
Yeah. They're already working on it.
No, I know they are. I'm just trying to figure out because I know they're looking at us as a group to figure out how to figure that out.
Have you read Reed's book?
I've read some snippets of it and I've listened to a bunch of his interviews and some of his data breakdowns.
Read the book.
Okay, I'll go read it then because I think
and the book that just came out by Kearney, the two-parent advantage. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. I haven't read that one. Okay.
That's where the whole world is pushing this back to.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I hope so because at the end of the day, we're not gonna make this this singularity that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You need two-parent homes to make this singularity to even survive in that. You know,
AI can't raise children.
Agreed, and that's what that agreed. They think it's going to be like that Star Trek movie with them Vulcans in that little tube.
No,
reading it doesn't work that way. Children are not that way. I remember when Josh did homeschooling that first year.
Yeah,
he just wouldn't take. None of those kids would take to it. So
yeah.
So
even Spike had parents.
No, agreed. And I think at the end of the day, I think observing children in the essence of children, needing both parents, um, actually might be a saving grace. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully I'm
Human
not
be-
saying too
no,
much.
no, human beings work the way they work.
They work the way they work. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think you can't rewire children at
No,
all.
no.
You know, they're just an essence of children wanting and longing for their original
You
biological parent.
can, but you're monkeying with human nature when you
Yeah,
do that.
that's what I was going to say. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back and listen to this. I appreciate you letting me up, brother, and to give me a little bit of special treatment. I miss all you guys. Trust me, I'm still listening in. There's times I want to jump in. Some conversations I'm tired of listening to when you had that rant.
Yeah.
Kind of. I appreciate you having that rant. I think guys are not waking up to what's going to happen here in the next year or two. But you know, like you said, all these little conversations will go away.
Yeah.
And we can get this you can get this thing down the road. And like that lady said, she was right. Thank God for YouTube.
Yeah. I
Thank
agree.
God for YouTube.
That's why I
You know what I
showed
mean?
her.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I have been watching some of her material. She has a really good one about traditional women and being independent and stuff like that. How to like come off some of that stuff to start family formation again. So she's really
it
good.
doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
they're gonna have to figure out something. So either the reset happens or the what was I trying to say? Or we go back to, like you said before, the environment will make it happen. And you know, cats in a burning building.
Yeah.
It's not as pretty, but it gets the job done.
Or a cats in the wilderness.
That's true.
Go back feral.
That's true. Yeah, they go back feral. Yeah. So,
All right.
but yeah, I appreciate you, man. I wanted to ask about you, man. How's everything going with your grandson?
Oh, he's doing well, man.
Good. I'm
He's
glad
flourishing.
to hear that. Same here. I'm glad to hear that. That brings joy to my heart and all the other young men and men in this space that we've been able to help. And man, I should appreciate you.
Yeah. Let your boy go to EU and play football before Europe starts to fall apart.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Trust me. I'm trying to let him at least live out his dream for another year or 2 years before this thing falls to the wayside. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. Appreciate you, man. I'll be listening. Thanks, brother.
All right. Peace out. Okay. What happened to him? I'm listening. What did he do? Anyway, let me get back to our show. That's Mike. That's he's talking about it's a long story. I'm sure Michael will fill us in on the details when he gets a chance. So let me hit the super chats and ask and find some questions. Okay. What's up, BGS2? Okay, you already read that one. There was another one. Okay, what's up the Dusty Kings? BGS Jackson effect. I heard that. BGS, I'm very confused and stressed, and I'm currently a truck driver. I don't know whether to go into cyber, cloud, sales, or engineering. I don't know if ChatGPT will help or it's kryptonite. It's both. Any advice would be appreciated. Technology is a knife. It cuts both ways. If you're truck driving, I would say while the money is good, ride it till the wheels fall off. As far as cloud, sales, or engineering, I would go sales is always good. Okay, sales is always good. The systems always have to be sold. But so far, what I'm hearing is cloud and sales are hot right now. But you know, if you're a truck driver, you got a lot of downtime. You can spend the downtime learning other stuff. You can do two things at once. That's what I would do. The thing is, you gotta stay way ahead of the wave. Eventually, all they have to do is one piece of legislation will basically kill truck drivers, and they're just waiting for that to go through. They've been holding it up since 2017, I think. And I think it was the Senate or was it Congress? It might have been. I don't know which one. I think it's the Senate's holding it up, where the liability bill for automated trucks has been held up. And that's what's keeping your industry alive. The trucks are already there. Trucks are already there. Anyhow, let's see. Let's get some questions. Okay, caught that one. See, There was one I wanted to catch. Okay. Maybe I missed it. Okay. Okay. See. Chicago. Chicago's having issues, man. Chicago's having issues. I would try Austin first. I'm a baby millennial. I'm mad I wasn't born in the golden age of black music beats. Yes. One good thing is that all you can listen to all the music that's out there in this age and time. Just have to find it. Okay. It's yeah, it's one of the old cities. Yeah, but thing is that Chicago's having issues. But yeah, you can. But I would suggest something more forward like Austin. That's where all the New Yorkers are going. Supreme Pivot, what's up? The colony, what about New York? Do you want to replicate? Okay, talking to guys in New York. Yeah, it is echoing. Yeah, but it wasn't me. Yeah, Crenshaw has me looking at everybody a little differently, especially about women. Testosterone effects explains all the yeah. That really how it really the different things that causes you to bond. I always tell women, suggest that to women because you got to be really careful with your body and who you bond to. Okay, and that's why body count matters. It's a lot of things people get away from it. They talk about social things and all that kind of crap. No, body count matters. Okay, there's only so much that you can actually bond before the bonds start weakening. I think they said it's after five bodies you start to weaken. That's how come prostitutes have to find a pimp to bond to, otherwise she'll go nuts. She can't bond to every man she has sex with. So she'll start sending outsiders to my town. Let them in. I think they're talking about the women. I think it'll. I think that kind of stuff will address itself about the indifference. They have to, otherwise society will fall apart. I'm commenting for saying black women are mentally buck broken. No, they're not yet. Can't come back from that right away if it's safe. They were always that way. But the thing is that they have to change the way they do things. That's what had to get serious in World War I and II. That's true. Hell, you can watch what's going on right now. Yeah, we got an echo. I know. Let's see what else we got. And said men aren't groomed correctly. It never was. Men finish grooming themselves and later in life. Nope, they have to be trained when they're kids. They're not doing it anymore. Because you used to be able to get married at 15. That means you're trained to be a husband. They don't train men to be husbands anymore. No, I think he was listening on speaker. That's what's going on. You can't. Boys don't want to smoke. Their dads went through. That's true. You have to change the system. Hikikomori is a result of feeling one has no place in greater Japanese society. It's not a result of sexual dynamics. It's a societal problem. Okay, it's a societal problem. It's not a sex problem. It's a societal problem. Even here with the great withdrawal, it's not a sex problem. It's a societal problem. Boys feel it's unfair. In other words, they don't have a place in society anymore because girls are being elevated. It's a societal problem. It's not a sex problem. First thing to do is not bow down to a god outside of yourself to master using the master your mother because you were the father. Self from self, once that process done, get rid of the artificial fear. That's if you're elevated. Most people don't get to that point. Doesn't having a family get one's place in society? Uh, sometimes, sometimes society has to have a spot for you, and you have to be trained to fit that widget. That's one thing Asians do have, or used to have. Everybody has a place. Is there a link? There's not a link yet, but I will drop it. I'm trying to get through some questions. OpenAI damn near killed every startup with their release of ChatGPT's assistants, along with APIs, all of them. Yeah, and they're holding the bad boy back. University Project B, I like when to spend money on. I don't like working hard. Well, if you can get away with it, cloud is very high, but requires a lot of work to get into. With cloud is not entry level. That's why you go see somebody like Theo Waffman to get you into it, to train you into it. Apology, I forgot to minimize YouTube before sticking my phone in my pocket. Okay. I was stuck in software project for a year and a half. ChatGPT gave me a solution in 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen. So, and it's just getting started. All right. I will drop the link for for MGTOW Universe if he wants to come up while I answer questions. I'll drop the link. You guys can come up, but if you guys allow me to answer questions from the chat. Okay, I think they're talking to each other. Proof that BG is right. Chris Williamson interview with Mary Eberstadt. Did the sexual revolution actually benefit women? That is very true. Yeah, they thought it did, but thing is, after 50 years, they were figuring out that they're wrong, and that's what's going on right now. Let's see, landed in Dallas to do a BGS class. That's right, Dusty. Let's see what else we got. Have you seen episode of Loki 6 yet? Oh no, I have not yet. Haven't seen it yet. Did you watch Jeezy Neil Long interview? I saw parts of it. I think they're posturing for the for his image. So they didn't really get deep into it. I don't think he wants to talk about it quite yet. So some things you got to take it with a grain of salt with that kind of interview. Bro, been saying goodbye for 11 minutes. Well, he's one of us, man. It's been a while, so. I ran into a brother who re-raised me into God. That brother from Chicago saved my life. Okay.
You getting extra? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, they already said if you're getting an echo for certain devices, they said that before getting on here.
I think. Oh, okay. Somebody got this.
Yeah, it's something with StreamYard.
Okay.
It's something with StreamYard. They got that same message.
Okay.
With certain, they have a message up there for it. What's up, BGS and Woo?
What's up?
You know, it's
no. Let me finish. I'll finish and read some questions. Better prepare these boys for. Okay, that's MGTOW. For the crash rather than trying to fix it. And part of it, we got to do both. Japanese West cousin Hikamori, he's been that way since 21. He's in his mid-40s. If you don't change the system, the boys won't change. And I say, you won't believe how many women are mad with me when I said you're the best over 4:30. Yeah, was just show my video. I broke it all down. I said my cousin has a lot of anger towards his dead parents, society, past jobs. What techniques can he use to let it go? Okay, the first thing I would try is get him into Vipassana meditation, right? So he can get in touch with his feelings, thoughts, and action. Find him a male shrink that's into Jungian psychology, right? So he can get in touch with his inner self. Okay, that's really what he needs. Uh, have him read Carolyn Mace is very good. Have him read the book Why People Don't Heal. Okay, to get in touch with with those hurt feelings. Okay, and letting go of letting go of those feelings, letting go of that hurt. Okay, or learning how to carry it. Okay, so I say Carolyn Mace, uh, a good shrink in Jungian psychology, because Jung is too heavy for him to actually ascertain. And I would get it in. Look up Shinzen Young on Shinzen Young on YouTube, and have him go through some possible meditation techniques. Okay, so because Vipassana is very good at you being able to separate your thoughts, your body sensations, in your emotions. Okay, as a very good. In fact, I have look on my search on my name, search on my channel for getting over difficult emotion. I actually have a 6-part series, right, from Shinzen Young, how to get over those difficult emotions. Okay, if you can't find a guy like that, he doesn't have the money, go to YouTube, go to my to go search on my name, BGS Idmore, getting over difficult emotion. I think I have it in a playlist. So that's what I would suggest. Okay, that's the shortest way that I can think of. The shortest way to get over stuff like that is basically through Vipassana, and get in touch with separating your emotions from your thoughts and and your body sensations, because a lot of times your body or your emotion will trigger a body sensation, and you get fixed into a loop. Okay, so that's what I would say. Say your teacher will become if your ego is intact. Sometimes your teacher's are already there. You just can't recognize it. All right, one more. I watched news clips on the rise of prostitutes on Figueroa. They made it seem like these women are trafficked. Do they even report to pimps anymore? Some do, some don't. They want the women to be independent. Look up what's going on in New York right now. Okay, it's even worse. Figueroa is nothing compared to what's going on in New York right now, especially with the immigrants. So, Dr. Dunn, one of the most powerful things about the Vinker video was that our leaders won't discuss this openly. They're afraid to try to change it because they're too wedded to it. They're afraid to say they fucked up. Okay, and they're afraid of the women because the women don't want to give up power. They just got power. Women don't want to give that shit up. BuzzFeed slashes 12% of its workforce, citing worsening macroeconomic condition. This is Christmas is going to be rough. Yeah, it's not the first time. Go back to 2000. Okay. Who wants to jump in? Somebody's echoing.
Boss, before I get up out of here, I just came on here to just tell you from the bottom of my heart, I love you and thank you. I appreciate you. You too, Charles. You too, AB. All y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
We all we got, man.
Man.
We all we got. So who else? SYSBM. That's all we have. Okay. So we are brothers here.
Yep. How you doing, BGS?
What's going on, Charles?
Yes, I know people don't like my woo today. Woo.
Woo.
It's funny. So, it's funny because I've noticed, like, one, I'm getting a lot of hate big heads. Two,
are you surprised?
80% no, 20% yes.
Oh, some people that you didn't think would have the
unmitigated goal. No.
Yeah. They actually come back begging, huh?
Oh, they're friendly as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm. Nigga, I never want to see your black ass in life.
Mm-hmm. There your black ass is. But I'm gonna say this because I don't want to bogart the whole thing. I think that I think it's really interesting about women, and it's like there are very few women I could actually say that I can hear them and they have something substantial or substance or some type of substance of what they speak of. And when I tell women about, you do know your best reproductive years are before 30, right? No, my mother had me when I was 40. Ask your mother a real question. Because my boy, he just got married. His wife, his new now wife, had one of his children both his kids post 30. one post 40. And she said, I love my kids, but I would never do that. She's like, I almost died. And I'm like, y'all don't even know what progesterone is. And this chick tried to come online saying, well, I'm a med student. And you don't know what this is? And you can do a. I said, well, you're just one of those guys who's hating. Who hurt you? You're just saying all this little stuff because that study isn't real. I said,
Oh
show me
boy.
what the current study is. I said, go ask a doctor and ask them, what do you think about me having a baby past 30? I said, go ahead and ask. And she was like, well, you're just being emotional. I'm not I'm just like,
Did she go ask?
of course she's not going to ask.
You're a little low, BGS.
So what?
You're a little
You sound
low.
kind of way.
Oh, the thing is, the thing is, if you're a med student, they ever since when you're a little girl, they tell you the same shit. You already know. You're tired of the OBGYN telling you the same goddamn thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's incredible when I speak to women on so many fronts, and you tell them these things constantly. Like, yo, it's not cool. Like, I've known women who, of course, who had children past 30. Not one of them said, yeah, this shit was easy. They said when I was 20, them kids popped out like nothing.
Yeah, hold on. AGAC in red, it depends on the design, okay? Lithium battery, there's all kinds of lithium batteries. It depends on the design. What's it? Musk owns a lot of patents on lithium batteries. So it just depends. They hold some, but not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Design. Okay, go ahead, Charles.
And I think it's fundamentally one of those indoctrination things where they make women think they're the same as men. And I'm like, you do know physically we're built different. And it's funny that they came up with that saying like he's just built different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shorty, you do realize we don't go through the same taxing of a body that y'all do. Like,
yeah.
You do know it's not. If I wanted to start a family now, a new family, an addition, I'm not going to date somebody 40. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm just not.
Not gonna happen.
Not going to happen. It's going to be too expensive and too many complications of what somebody 20 years younger can do naturally. And it's funny because it boils down to what you're saying about the boys, and there's so many young men who just saying, you know what, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, or they don't want relationships, they just want sex.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all you offer. What do men get out the deal?
The thing is, they don't have anything else. They don't have any skills. They don't have any personal skills or mothering skills or feminine skills. They've given them all up to be men. So all you have left is money and sex.
And that's all they have. And I think the reason why
they're too cheap to give up money.
Yeah, and I think the reason why they try to be like, if all you want is sex, and I said, when women tell me about, you want to get married and what about companionship? Nigga, I got friends. What about? I said, I want you to think about this. What bitch is going to play Madden with me? Like, I don't have too many females that I know of who's get excited when Madden comes, who would Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat gets out.
What makes her a good companion?
And that's the part where I told her. I said, do you really think most men have fulfilling conversations and endeavors with women?
Well, the thing is, ask her when she says, what about companionship? What makes you a good companion?
Mm-hmm. BGS, she already know what type of nigga I am. Of course I asked that.
What did she say?
And she says, well, she was beating around that damn bush till the leaves fell off.
In other words, nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. Mm-hmm. And it's like that time when Classic Ruby was on your BGS for Women and I was on the panel where she talked about the so-called benefits of marriage, and we both yelled to her, oh, nothing. And I said, so it's like I had to tell my son at the panel, like, look, marriage has not really benefited men for a long time. Damn near almost ever. The only thing we can even get close to a benefit is the raising of children. When you look up the statistics, and you go outside your door and you do observations, and you notice the kids are buck wild and less educated, unsavory, insufferable, just like the mothers who's supposed to raise them, there's no benefit to it anymore. There's like, yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. What's the benefit? They can't come up with any. That's why I always ask a woman when they want to get married. Every woman I ask that was thinking about getting married to, they pop the question and said, "Okay, what's in it for me?" And they get silent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. I'm sorry, but just end with this part. I'm gonna give it to AB. And it's funny because when I told this chick who was supposed to be a med student, I said, you know, past 30, especially past 35, there's higher risk for autism, Down syndrome, and all kinds of birth defects. Past 30. And she was like, well, that's not true. They did a new study. Find me that motherfucking study. Please read this. And please don't just give me one study, because if you're a so-called intellect, you don't go off of just one study.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And of course, she shut up.
Yeah.
And
happy birthday. Happy Vets Day, Charles, and everybody. Had days-long civil argument with a friend. She's a cliche 92 beauty with a doctor, but always single. I spoke generally, but told her about herself. Her mind was blown. Yes, she is. She's a Molly. Okay. Insufferable.
If I may.
Go ahead.
If I may. Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Just kind of capitalize on what Charles has said, man. If you ask what's in it for me, and they don't immediately come back with, well, what do you want? Then it don't matter. But most of them never think that far into it, because they're not looking for something mutually beneficial. Again, they're hardwired to think only about what's in it for them. I've only had 2 women in my life where if I said what's in it for me, they really did come back and go, well, I mean, what do you want? What are you looking for? And we were able to work things out in a way that was mutually beneficial to us both. And honestly, we've been with each other ever since. So
because she was trained by her mother to benefit a man.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of guys are going overseas. So my father never had to say that to my mother. He knew what she brought. Okay, he didn't have to train her to do shit. Just drop her in the house.
Reach, yes,
go ahead.
Your thoughts on what I can only describe as the 85 mayor.
The who?
The 85 mayor in the Illinois. What is her name? Pink Book Les has been talking about her.
Oh, the mayor. Okay.
Yeah, the 85 mayor, because
the city girl mayor.
Super
mayor.
Okay.
Yeah, the super mayor, whatever she call herself.
Okay.
I'm part of me want to call her the sexy red mayor, but
what? Why not, man? That's the way the world's going. So why not?
And I'm just like, okay, how did this heifer get elected? Good Lord!
It is because it's called it's about being popular. You live in a whole culture. So what, you gonna get a city-girl mayor? So
boy, okay, hey, that's the direction they going. I said on your last stream, I'm out. I'm not supporting that kind of conocracy.
When your vice president is listening to Cardi B, what do you expect? Okay. I said, do you think AI will have the capability of auditing physician documentation and make it HIPAA compliant? It already does. A lot of doctors are doing it right now. They're using ChatGPT and stuff like that to actually take down their notes. I see it. I just saw it maybe a few weeks ago. It's already happening. They already check behind the doctor's notes as far as X-rays and tests and stuff like that. They are already so it's been there for quite a while. It's already there.
Yeah, they've been using AI for a minute to get certain tests done and everything. So
yeah, your blood test is done by AI. It's not done by lab tech anymore.
And that was before ChatGPT. So
it is way before Chat. That's like back in 2017. Yeah. Did you see Jezebel shuttered its blogs and fired all its staff? Big hit to that side. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. The pendulum has to swing back in the other direction. Otherwise, you won't have a society.
Yeah.
So MS Delta, appreciate that with the big hump and the cricket letters, okay, the double cricket letters. Peace and love to all the veteran brothers. Thank you, appreciate you, MS Delta. Okay, go ahead. What's your other question?
And this is believe it or not, this is a serious question. Do Democrats want Trump to win?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not that.
Sorry.
The thing is one thing that Biden came in. You know, I didn't know exactly what he meant, but I know what he means now, right? To get the trains back on the track, right?
Right.
At this point, he doesn't care. Democrats don't care because this is an end game. So he's not listening to anybody else except himself. So
okay,
but that's behind the wall. All this stuff is not local politics. Local politics is taking a back seat to geopolitics right now.
Okay, that answers the question.
Yeah. So and that's all the fallout you're getting from inflation, interest rates, increased all the kind of stuff, all that kind of fallout is taking a back seat because of what's going on overseas right now, and it's going to get worse because it's not going to stop. And what we hope.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cut off there.
Yeah, you kind of bored out.
Also, Charles, woo, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that kind of day where it's not a
woo. Somebody doesn't fuck up. No,
you bored out for me there, BTS.
Is that better, audience? Is that better?
Yes.
Did I Borg out? Yeah, I'm sure I did Borg out. I'm not.
All right, we're gonna do it all together because it's Friday. 1, 2, 3. Woo! There you go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Get back to normal.
Yeah,
you were low at first.
Oh, of course I'm. You know, and that's why I don't like talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't need to go.
But you gotta admire. You gotta admire those people down in the 240 and the 301 with their technology. If they can fuck up your mic like that.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. That's why I don't do it often. Yeah. Yeah, but the Democrat, they're getting behind the commander in chief no matter what, you know. So it really is blue no matter who right now.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, well, it is good luck. Good luck to us all, really.
Yeah,
it's interesting times.
Yeah,
at least.
In the chat, if y'all can hear me, punch a 1, please.
Does somebody else want to get in?
No, I want to punch a 1, see if they can hear my mic, because I don't know. MGTOW Universe, you up, man? You back? What's up?
How's it going, man? Reading is dead.
No, it's not.
We don't have to read books anymore with the release of GPTs.
Yeah. The thing is, reading can't be dead because what's the whole point of sending kids to school then?
Oh no, I'm not on that child psychology stuff. I'll let you have that. I'm talking about the people who can actually read and write and think. I'm not talking about the kids.
That's one muscle I'm not letting atrophy.
In other words, the brain will atrophy if you don't use it for research. And it's something. What happens when ChatGPT won't let you see everything? It's monitored just like anything.
It's not. Well, ChatGPT isn't the only one in the game. Not even close.
They talk to each other, sir. If they can, in one press of a button, they can wipe everything out if they want to.
What's talking to each other?
The AIs talk to each other. Okay, if they're in consortium and they don't want something out, they can eliminate it.
How can they talk to each other if you can run them offline?
If you run them offline, what do they access?
They access the model that's local on your computer or server.
But what's local on your computer doesn't have the wealth of information of the world, does it?
It can. You could also train it yourself as well, using your own data.
If the data's not there, it can't access it, can it?
Well, that's why would you have a LLM without data?
In other words, what's the hardest thing to erase? Is it what's online or a book?
Online.
No, it's harder to erase stuff that's in a book. It's physical.
Okay.
So the thing is, you can do that now. That's going back. That's throwing people back to before the time of the printing press, right? Where it's vocal, okay? Was audible, right?
Yeah.
If you want to go back to that, then you don't need ChatGPT to read anything to you. Just talk to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that muscle will atrophy. Then why go to school?
I don't think that presence of the technology will cause brains to atrophy.
It already started.
Why are people in China? Why are their brains not rotting?
Because because they still learn the old-fashioned way.
What?
They do. Yes, they do.
They're pretty advanced in technology.
They are, but go look at their schools. They still learn the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
In fact, they're even more Prussian school system than we are. Okay, do they have technology to help them out? Yes, but the thing is, that teacher's still up in front, and they still follow the teacher's orders. They still have to go home and read and study 3, 4, 5 hours a day. So way more than we do.
Couldn't we make that exact same argument for search engines in like '94? Our brains will rot.
It already has. There's a lot. Ask the teachers that are out there that have to teach, right? Okay, ask them.
But it's been almost 30 years, though.
I asked the guy. I talked to the goddamn teachers. You don't have the same student. That's why the dumbing down of America has already started. People can't even fucking connect with each other anymore. Okay, it's already started.
Yeah, that's true. Communication is truly a lost art form at this point.
I talked to Dr. Johnson. You got fucking college students that can't read at the 4th grade level already because of technology.
I don't think that's a function of technology, though.
It is a function of technology. I got kids.
Okay. So before the technology, they were reading higher?
Yes, they had to. You're forced to. You had to read. You had to physically write, okay, instead of type, okay. It wasn't something where you learn from asking a couple of questions on from a video, okay. No, you had to physically do that shit. You had to stretch your brain and exercise that muscle. I work with my grandson doing COVID, okay. I worked with his ass every 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. I know what I'm fucking talking about. I had to help teach.
No, I'm not talking about the kids. You keep going back to the kids. I'm not talking about kids. You can add that. I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the people who already know how to think.
Okay. If they already know how to think, what percentage of people are we talking about?
I'm assuming I'm talking about damn near every adult, or most adults, rather.
Bullshit. No, most adults read at 4th grade reading level. So
most adults read at a 4th grade reading level?
Yes.
Okay. That I will have to look up. I don't believe. But yeah, I don't see how technology is actually making people dumber. When they're being more efficient in terms of completing tasks.
I'll tell you this. My kids grew up with the internet, okay? Okay. I am 65 years old. I should not be able to research better than they do. And I do. I write their fucking papers, okay? They're in master's programs. I write their goddamn papers. What it takes my daughter to write a week to write, I write in 40 minutes. Okay? They have been dumbed down. Ask your college professors, okay? I talk to them all the time. I've sat in high school classes. I talk to these people, okay?
It's very obvious about the dumbing down of America. I mean,
I started in the 80s.
Think about this. Like, you know how many people can't write reports who become police officers? They can't write chronologically.
Right, but that's not because the internet exists that they can't write, though.
Part of it is.
They've
Think about it. If I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? How strong did you have to be to work on a farm 100 years ago?
I have no idea.
Very.
You had to be incredibly strong. I mean, you had to be strong to work on a farm 50 years ago. Was there a reason why you had all them kids 50 years ago living on a farm? You needed hands. And so imagine, why did your grandfather or your great grandfather has 4 to 8 times the testosterone that you're producing? Anybody want to take a crack at it?
They had to be stronger.
On that
They were more evolved.
Food, environment, and activity. Yeah.
And you got to remember, if you don't have that ability to have that activity and have the necessary need for that activity, your muscles will atrophy.
Yeah. So I'm looking
Same thing with education.
I'm looking how they're training these kids. What do you think these kids are going to turn into? Okay. Do you think they're going to stay kids forever? They have to turn into adults. Okay. The thing is that the adults have already gone through the process. Okay. What about the kids that have to go through the process? What's going to happen to them in 20 years?
We'll see.
Here's another example too. Think about this. How many people do you know still know how to use a card catalog at the library or the Dewey Decimal System? How many kids really know about that now?
I don't know why they would ever teach a Dewey Decimal System to kids today, because if your library is half decent, then its entire catalog is through some sort of online network that you can look up through the internet. I haven't yet.
But here's the reason why I say that is, what if your tech fails on you? There's got to be you're basically the redundant system if your tech fails. So that's why I'm saying that. You know, I'm not trying to discount you or nothing like that. I'm just saying, think about it this way. It's like if the tech goes out, what's your fallback?
It's a big F.
And they're not teaching the fallbacks anymore.
You get kids that don't know how to multiply anymore, right? Because of technology. They can't think. They can't think in mathematics because of technology. Okay, trying to teach a kid that algebra, you don't know how to multiply. Got to go back and actually do some kind of reteaching. Okay, you don't know how to multiply. You need to work with this first. Put your calculator down for a second. Think through the problem. But they wanted to dumb down 80% of the kids anyway, which they've already done. They're going to get replaced with tech. If you can't read, can't think, can't do this stuff on your own, the muscle has never been exercised, you're going to get replaced by machines. If that's what you want. Is that what you want? You want people to be replaced by machines?
No, I don't want that, but it's probably going to happen anyways.
Okay. And then, so what do machines make for themselves?
As far as today goes, I mean, you could program agents to create new agents. That's about it, off the top of my head.
Do other than energy, does tech and machines consume anything?
Other than power, no.
So who are they making all these products and all this stuff for?
What products are we talking about?
What are you using ChatGPT and AI for?
What I'm using is for MetaPrompt, but a lot of people are using it for creating AI-based businesses, keywords, SEO, stuff like that.
What do the businesses do? Do they sell to people?
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's no people with no money, who they sell to?
You can't sell to anyone.
Okay. What happened to your business?
Your business goes under if you can't sell to anyone.
So your economy crashes to the dust,
well,
right?
Actually, if you
what?
can create an automated business with just using like 5 minutes, which you can do today, you want business won't go over because you won't have any overhead to keep it afloat.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
No, we're not at that. No, we're not even close there. We're not at that yet. No, we're not. No, we're not. Not even close.
Somebody didn't watch Dev Day this week.
Dude, if you were where they were projected to go, 80% of jobs be gone already. They're not.
I'm not talking about the way businesses how we use.
If what they have projected even 20 years ago, it was a fact right now, you'd know it. It wouldn't have to go to Dev Week. Okay. You'd be laid off already. Jobs would be gone already. So is it possible for a group of men to set up a new social media similar to YouTube that allows freedom of speech for content creators? Sure, if you can get people to come over and support it. That's the problem. How do you get people off of YouTube? There's been tons of them. You got one right in Rumble. You've had at least 3 or 4 black YouTube alternatives, right? That have failed. Nobody supports them.
Yeah.
Yep, you need a lot of capital because a lot of that is
you don't need.
Server
You don't need, if you really wanted, are you willing to pay for it? Most people aren't willing to pay for it. I joined 3 of them, and they all bit to dust. Okay, because you guys won't support it. They all bit to dust. YouTube started as a startup just like everything else, but people supported it. You guys don't support it. If you guys want it, support it. You guys don't really want it. You guys talk that shit, but you guys don't pay for it. Because I signed up and paid for like 3 of them, and they all bit to dust because you guys want to stay on YouTube. It's not their fault. Support your interests. You guys really want it when somebody comes up with an idea. MGTOW Universe can come up with it tomorrow if you wanted to, right? But you niggas ain't gonna support it, and he knows it. Got enough brain power and finance power and programmers to come up with YouTube alternative. If you people in the black management would actually support the goddamn thing, you guys won't. So stop talking about it. I keep tired of hearing about it. Y'all ain't gonna support that shit. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
You are not wrong.
So I don't even talk about shit that you guys won't do.
It takes 5 minutes to deploy a social a website just like YouTube. You can do it in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. All you have to do is come up with enough money for the server space. Okay? Which there's plenty of people that in this sector that earn way or more than enough money to actually help out with that if they really wanted it. Do you guys really want it? If you don't really want it, stop talking about it.
You could even do like a peer-to-peer system like Mastodon and just have your videos stored on your local device and just have it shared. Kind of like torrent, but like a social media kind of a thing. And that still, I mean, I don't know, maybe the next generation, maybe even after that, I don't know, but not this generation of people. No, we're too hooked on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Instagrams,
the TikToks and all that.
The TikToks.
Yeah.
People are not giving that up.
Yeah. Yeah, not giving it up. So, hell, you can't get people to go from YouTube to Twitch and back and forth. Okay, from Facebook to YouTube. Okay, that's the way people are.
Yeah.
If you can figure it out, please let me know. I mean, MGTOW Universe will probably take all the advice, and so he can enact his master plan to take over.
No.
Nah, I always think of MGTOW Universe as the brain, right? What are we gonna do tonight, MGTOW? Try to take over the world. Anybody, y'all can jump in, man. Yeah, I get sick of this solutions about how come we don't do this, how come we don't do that. After 40 years of solution. Y'all niggas don't want to do shit. Stop, okay? Stop asking. You don't want to do shit. It's not that hard. It ain't that hard, Chief. It's not that hard.
Yep.
Okay. Well, what are you gonna do about black boys and blah blah blah? Go down to the school board en masse. Say we want a separate education system for black boys. Okay.
And
walk down there. Walk down. Email. You don't have to walk down to email, text, twit. Your local school board. All right. Get enough of them, they'll start paying attention. Y'all niggas don't want to do that. Stop. I remember one time, I'll say this, right? In real life, there was a brother, Jim Klingman, talk about a million voters, right? 1 million black voters, right? And petition and all that kind of stuff. So you get 1 million people, right? I said, Jim, I know you ain't gonna do this because it's too dangerous. Take that 1 million people, give them all Twitter accounts, right? And you send out the word, and all of a sudden 1 million tweets with the same message flash up in a heartbeat, right? That's going to send shockwaves to every news cycle. Shockwaves, okay? If you did it, but they're going to find your ass, okay? And your ass might be in an orange jumpsuit because there's too much power. If you really want to make an impact with barely lifting a finger, sign up those 1 million people, black voters, okay? All Twitter accounts, send out a message. Just copy and paste this message in 1 day and see what happens. But they're gonna find your ass, okay? And then your ass is gonna be in trouble. How do I know? Because I thought of the same shit, but the thing is, I got kids.
Yeah. Somebody asked me a question in the chat about Marilyn Mosby.
Okay, go ahead.
It was on one of your super chats.
Okay, go ahead.
And let me see if I can pull it up, because I think we could pull up your super chats. Yeah. Somebody said, "Do I think that what they're doing to Marilyn Mosby has anything to do with Freddie Gray?" Absolutely fucking not. It has nothing to do with it.
No.
It has to do. It has to do about money and being a crook.
Yep, money.
It has to do with her being a crook. I mean, you got to be a fucking idiot to literally say you're going through hardships during the COVID crisis, and you're making $250,000 a year, and you're going through an economic crisis or a financial hardship. Where do you make $250,000 and you're going through a financial hardship when people are literally not working and you were still getting paid during this time?
Mm-hmm.
The Bay.
And then on top of that, your net worth is worth anywhere from $5 to $10 million.
Black women steal all the time because they don't think they're gonna get caught.
Exactly. And when you try to circumvent the system and you get caught, people want to get all this sympathy. But if it was a black dude doing it, nobody would give a flying fuck, would they?
Nope. Yeah, MGTOW, have you read Klaus Schwab's books yet?
I have not.
You need to read them, sir.
What's the name of them?
The Fourth Industrial Revolution is one. Okay.
All right.
It's the main one. Okay, which lays out the whole plan. Everything you're talking about, they've already laid it out.
And what was the author's name again? I'm sorry.
Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum.
Schwab. Okay.
If you don't know about the World Economic Forum, don't talk to me about.
Well, you know, I know about that.
Don't talk to me about the future of tech, because that's where it's coming out of. I know how these people think and work. Okay. Have I been wrong about the shit I've said?
You did make a prediction that, you know, by next year that most people will be out of a job. I think you're pretty right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say most people. It's going to start.
You did say 300 million. Well, to be fair, you did
worldwide. Yeah.
Okay.
They said could be out of a job. All right. They can't do it all at once, can they?
No, not at once. No.
Yeah. And you said, what do programmers just say? Well, shit.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, especially when you hear about some of these so-called top programmers. You hear from dudes in the industry, these top programmers, then you hear about their skill set. No, their jobs are not safe whatsoever.
No, yeah, whatsoever. That's why I said all the script kiddies that don't have a degree, you need to upskill yourself really quickly and stay ahead of the curve, because it's coming.
What's the difference between a script kiddie and a non-script kiddie in your definition?
Okay, a non-script kiddie has some. Number one, either you're a senior developer and you got all these different programming languages and skills underneath your belt, or you got a degree. You think you have ability to actually think outside of the programming language itself. Okay. Other than that, you're a script kiddie. You're just one iteration away from being out of work.
Wow.
If it's between somebody with a master's degree in IT versus a guy that has a Google certificate, who are they gonna keep?
Right, but that, to be fair, that's a lot. The first example you give, like if your baseline for not being a script kid is a senior level developer,
yeah,
like, that's 1% of 1%.
And okay, when it first hit, first thing I asked you guys to do is say, okay, put in a problem that's difficult to actually code for, right? Give it a ChatGPT and see what comes back, right? And you guys you told me, and Albert told me that something would take you 6 weeks to write. ChatGPT did it in like 10 minutes, and all you had to do is fill in the blanks, right?
It's even shorter than that now, yeah.
So in other words, now put yourself in somebody that has to pay developers. What would you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could say that about the senior developers too.
I don't care. What I'm saying is just employee development, right? How many programs would you have?
Not many. Yeah, and I agree with you on that point. Yeah.
So in other words, if I can replace, I'll just give this just modest amount, right? 20% of your programmers, right?
Okay.
20%, not 50. I think it's more like 60 or 70, but just 20%, right? Well, what they actually do to the industry, laying off 20% of your people.
Yeah, it would flip upside down, but
what?
To go with your example of script kiddies, the other 80% is not senior level. Matter of fact, I would say, like, since the last time we talked, had this discussion, which is probably like, I don't know, a few months ago, with Copilot and GPT-4 Turbo and with Claude, you'll probably write off 80 to 85%, including senior level. I mean, we're talking about, if you can describe a problem from top to bottom, which is a skill in and of itself, prompt engineering, then we're at the point that there's nothing that you really can't solve, unless it's like some sort of theoretical math or scientific problem.
And that means you have to have the ability to think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Copilot is no joke. It'll actually teach you stuff about your own library.
Right.
I'm just saying. I say how these people think. Okay. What's your opinion on Maryland becoming one of the Biden tech hubs for AI specifically? What is it? Baltimore, and what's the name of the university there? The big one.
Which one? University of Baltimore.
No, the big one in Baltimore.
Morgan.
It runs everything.
MIT?
No.
No, you're talking about you talking about University of Maryland.
No, not Maryland. God, what's the name of it?
Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins. Yes, that's your tech hub. Been that way for a long time.
I mean, Johns Hopkins has always been kind of like that. Well, you have a lot of tech hubs in Hopkins. I mean, one of your best engineering schools in the country is Morgan State.
Johns Hopkins runs that area, period.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Johns Hopkins, Maryland. That's the shortcoming of it.
Yes, just your tech hub around Johns Hopkins.
It's your tech, your whole tech. Well, you got to think of all the colleges you have in Baltimore city limits. You have the University of Baltimore for their law program and stuff like that. Morgan, you have engineering and tech there. You have Johns Hopkins in the center, which is they're getting so big they're starting their own police department.
Yes.
And you have a lot of tech hubs there. So a lot of those colleges, not just Hopkins, are getting a lot of money. And I mean, you should, because you're only like that far away from
your tech hub. Your tech hub is Johns Hopkins. Okay, everybody centers around Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, everybody's benefiting from that because everybody's going to get a lot of the money through there.
Just like Austin is centered around the University of Texas. Okay, it's tech hub. Okay, and in Southern California, it's USC that runs the whole city. Okay, that's tech hub. USC runs half the Los Angeles. UCLA runs the other half. Okay, of like 20 million people. Tech hub. Stanford. Okay, MIT. Okay. Those are your tech hubs.
I mean, what am I not surprised about?
No. Your tech hub is Johns Hopkins. That's what
it's not that far from DC anyway, so you really don't have any other places to focus on in that area.
But Johns Hopkins has been into military tech for ages, right? It's run out of there. Okay, been so for a long time. I've been listening to Johns Hopkins talk about the advanced military stuff for the last 20 years. So,
I don't know. There's a couple of places over there.
All right. Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. You're there.
No, I'm just saying there's a couple of places for different reasons. It's one of the biggest research places in the country and the world. Period. But it's a lot of stuff that they starting to.
Silicon Valley is ran through Stanford. Okay, that's your hub. Okay.
Yeah. In Indianapolis is IU.
Yeah, you now in Boston it's MIT and it's Harvard.
Yeah.
That's your hub.
Oh yeah.
AI is good for programming. I'm not a computer scientist, but I can write scripts and use ChatGPT to write scripts to analyze scientific data in specific ways to answer specific questions. But the thing is, you have the scientific knowledge to know what questions to actually ask. You can think. That's the difference. My thing is, I said, how many programmers will you need going forward, and what's going to be the cutoff? What do you think it's going to be? Script kiddies are at the bottom of the list. Okay.
Here's the part when T. Riddler was asking about Hawkins. Hawkins is for health, yeah, but it's also for tech. But you got to think, this is basically the colleges in the Baltimore area what they specialize in.
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins is going to be health. Morgan is going to be engineering. Coppin is going to be teachers and nurses. University of Baltimore is going to be law. What's the other one? Loyola is going to be.
Military intelligence is run out of Johns Hopkins, man. It does.
Yeah, it runs out of that and University of Maryland. Okay. University of Maryland pretty much runs your military stuff.
You know, go look at the rethinking things they're running out of Johns Hopkins back. If the stuff is still around, okay. All your advanced think tanks from the military out of DoDs run through Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, that's that and that University of Maryland, because that's over there by them. That's where the two places you get.
Well, how about Annapolis?
Yeah, you also have the Naval Academy. So you have there.
Your tech hub is Johns Hopkins, right? That's just your main. That's the hub. The other people are actually spokes, okay, from the hub, okay. So I tell anybody, go to Johns Hopkins first, right? Start there, then work your way out. It's like in the USC USC is taking over most of Los Angeles, okay, and it's grown so big, okay. It influences. They have special rail lines, metro lines going from USC all the way out to the beach, okay, to the airport, okay. That's how powerful they actually are. I'm sure Johns Hopkins is very, very, Johns Hopkins APL Applied Physics Lab. Yep.
Well, you got to think about it. They're starting their own police department, so.
Yeah, how come they didn't hire you?
Who said I didn't put an application in?
How come they didn't hire you though?
They're still going through applications.
Okay.
They just came out with the postings like a couple of weeks to a month ago. Put my application in then for captain. Okay. Lieutenant. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. That's where the influence is. All right. And let's see what else we got. Y'all can jump in, man, when I'm looking for questions.
Good evening. Number 2 signing in.
You ain't shit. Mostly Hopkins. I have clients that work on that shift. On that shit. BGS is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out about Johns Hopkins the hard way. I said, Johns Hopkins? I thought they were medical. I said, oh shit, they're really deep in this shit, man.
They're not just. Notice I said they're not just medical.
Yeah.
That's the part where nobody's listening to me, because I used to work there for their security, and of course, one of the applied sciences and stuff in that building, they have certain buildings for certain things.
When your generals are holding monthly meetings at Johns Hopkins, okay.
Yeah.
When they're talking about little guys, we're talking about they're bringing in the think tank speakers to speak there. That means there's some shit going on at Johns Hopkins. Okay,
there's 2 places you're gonna find a lot of your military people gonna hold meetings. It's gonna be University of Maryland, which is shock trauma with all their research and stuff, and it's going to be Hopkins. Those are the two places.
Mhm.
Why is it going to be there? You literally have the VA across the street from University of Maryland. And Hopkins, between University of Maryland Shock Trauma and Johns Hopkins, they're your only tier one medical units. So in other words, you could literally be in any type of situation. They could pretty much damn near get you out of it medically, almost, unless you were gonna die anyway. But those are your two places because of multiple fucking reasons.
Certain schools have global names, man, in the United States.
Exactly.
Yeah. USC, UCLA is known globally. John Hopkins is known globally. Okay.
Yep.
MIT. Yep. MIT, Harvard. Is John Hopkins an Ivy League or not? I'm not sure.
No,
it's not.
It's damn near, but people think it is, but it's damn near. Even I had to look it up. But it's like, because those two places you'll see, especially for their medical, and who gets more shootings than Baltimore, for God's sake. So a lot of their special forces doctors and medics are literally, like, when I'm in there and I see certain emblems that I recognize from the military, I'm like, oh, like USF, aren't you? He's like, yeah, how can you tell? I was like, oh, what are you, a medic? He was like, yeah. Like, I'm going through this training before we get deployed, and what better training to do than go to a tier one emergency room or a shock trauma.
Yeah, I don't know everything, but I know how these people think. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've actually been to some of their meetings, and it's like, so you're gonna get a lot. Those are the two main places you're gonna get them. Is those places, because they're very plus the, like, damn near 2 to 3 blocks away is the building where from shock trauma is, like, the Army Corps of Engineers. A couple of blocks from there, and so you have a lot of hidden hubs that I'm about. That I about from years ago. Like, it's a big military area. Oh yeah, happy Veterans Day to all my fellow vets.
Can anything come from Baltimore?
Like me, nigga.
Like Nazareth.
Like me, nigga. Oh, shit, I'm so good they called me the fucking Nazarene out this bitch.
I heard that. Yeah. Anybody else? Y'all can jump in, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to state, you got a lot of patience, BJS, man. I can't do it. I've been saying it for 2 years, man. That's
why you're number 2, okay?
Yeah, exactly, man. I've accepted this. I don't, man. I mean, we're in this business cycle that most people don't understand. With the way tech, I mean, I make it real quick. If you're not talented, if you're not adaptable, if you're not fast, and if you're not connected, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
And that changed 2-3 years ago. I've been saying it for 2-3 years now. That's where we are. You have no time to be trying to convince people of anything, because if you do, they're behind, and you're just gonna be falling behind with them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just where we're at right now. We can blame anything, we can moralize. No, like, when it comes to power, we ain't got no time. You've been planting a whole lot of seeds. Negroes don't like to read. And the comprehension is, I don't care if I sound like elitist right now. I really don't, because the time is, like, gone, and these guys really think they got time. It's gone. Like, you ain't got time to be hoping. You just gotta execute. That's all you got right now.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to 2019 get right or get
Yeah, I did. And
get right or get left.
People fucking around and finding out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Still hoping.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm trying to get you guys to think like your leaders think. Okay.
But see, BJ, this is why I typically say on your lives, a lot of people, they don't understand how power really works.
They don't. No.
They don't. Forget about finance. They don't understand how power works.
Yes. Yeah. If you go, if people on my Patreon knows everything I told them has already happened, right?
Yep.
Down to what's going on right now. Okay. Because this is how these people work. I know how they work. That's the problem I have with it. That's why they bored me when I was trying to say something, right? I know how they work. I'm on the same wavelength as they are. Okay. That's why they don't like me. So I'm trying to give you guys tips of how these people think. Okay. What they're willing to do. Sometimes they catch me off guard. Like I said, that's some dumb shit. I can't believe they actually did that shit, but they did it anyway.
Yeah.
Now that case, stupidity always catches me off guard. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It does. I said, damn, they really did that shit. That doesn't make any sense, but they did it anyway. So why the hell they do that?
Yeah, why do they say the stalemate? Oop, let me shut up.
Now that's a lie. That's why the Washington Post is getting caught right now. Nobody wants to listen to them because they've been telling lies for too long. Now nobody trusts them. They had to take down this thing about the Hezbollah, Hamas, and a picture about Hamas and have the kids and people tied to it. They had to take that shit down because everybody jumped on them. Go ahead.
It's so bad right now where you have, especially like at a UPenn, the trustees are pulling out.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, when I talk about, little, nobodies, like somebody like Apollo, the Apollo Fund, one of the, biggest AUDs in the fucking world, CEO is saying, yeah, we already told the president she's not capable.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Like no, I listened to his interview yesterday live. He said it live.
Yeah.
He said she's not capable for doing this because of what they're allowing to happen into the colleges. You're literally having household names pull the money out. Shit, like people don't understand. I'm trying to tell people. Motherfuckers don't understand like what the fuck's happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because we talk about, they think all we talk about is bitches, but it doesn't work that way. I'm trying to warn you guys. I can't even do it here on YouTube anymore.
Exactly.
As soon as I start talking about it, they start fucking with my mic. Okay, I can't do it here anymore.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. And that's why I told these guys.
Check. 1 2 1 2.
202. No, not 1 2 1. 202.
Mike 202.
What I'm saying, I'm trying to warn you guys ahead of time, right? How these people think and get. When ChatGPT first came, I said this stuff has been waiting in the wings for about 5 years. Okay. They finally released it. I said, get ready. Okay. That's why I told McIntyre University and AB to actually check this for me. Run something on it. Okay. See how many people that you actually need to actually program something, right? Turns out all you need is 1 in 10.
Yep. If you know what to ask it, all I gotta say is holy shit.
Yeah. 1 in 10. Which guy's gonna be retained? When the dust settles.
Oh yeah. All I gotta do is, again, because these guys don't understand finance. They don't even know what CFOs do. Yeah. They're looking at the books every fucking day. Dude, if you're not if you're too expensive, you're out. Like I don't think guys want to get this.
And what happens when they reshore technology from India and from China and put it back in the United States at American wages?
Ooh.
They want to make those dollars stretch.
They're gonna make them stretch, right? What's the first thing they cut?
Expensive roles, those director ones that aren't really doing much.
People, right?
Yeah.
Labor.
The guy at the top is not gonna have his job cut. Okay, who's gonna cut first?
Everybody else.
Anyone who's not a significant contributor.
Senior executives, they're pretty much protected. It's everybody else, because remember, it's senior executives, the board. That's the top layer. Next layer is, which people don't even know, is HR. Those guys, everybody else, you're on the fucking block.
What they actually do is they wind up hiring like McKinsey or like Ernst & Young to come in and run an audit of like ways we can improve in business, and almost all the time it's either increase the cost of your product or services or fire.
Yes,
and then they can just say this is the justification.
Yeah,
layoffs, and they do. I've seen it happen.
They've already posted. I was reading earlier today. They've already posted projections on GDP. Guess who has the highest one for the next projected for next 2-3 years? BGS just named them. India.
Oh yeah.
6.4, 6.3, 6.5. You know where US is highest? 1.3, I think.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. INFJ Tyrone said, if a big town downturn is coming, what's the point of actually them bringing in all the immigrants? It's called lack of white people.
Yep.
Y'all don't believe
Buy
me.
cheap labor.
No, it's not cheap labor. It's white people. Okay. You can make machines. You can make labor. You can't import. You can't make more white people.
Well, you see the thing, BJ. I think again, you're trying to increase guys' worldview. You're planting seeds in various sectors, various areas, and they're just focusing on one. If you don't have people, one, producing, two, having kids, and three, to protect the shit that you create and take, like you need people. You need people in that sense. So
people are the economic engine.
Yeah.
And that's the thing the Matrix really got right.
And I want to give shout out to some Cash Apps. Aquatechy, thank you. Nobody, thank you. Daniel, thank you. Is there one more? I think that's it. Okay, somebody sent me this. If I could find it, I started to do it today, but about the decline of the white population, right? Just in the United States over the last 30 years, 40 years, right? Dramatic. Okay. 80% of the population in 1980. They're down to like below 60. Okay.
Yeah.
20% in 30 years. That's huge.
Yeah, and the minorities already outnumber them as far as kids go.
It's like I think 48% of all children are white now, under 18.
Yeah.
It's been happening that way since 2015.
Yep. Highest being the Hispanics, not the ones coming in, but just the ones here breeding.
Yeah.
So I mean, these women really think it's about that. Sometimes when I just don't care, I just tell women, "You really think it's about your silly little freedom?"
Yeah. Well,
okay.
If you look on a Hispanics birth certificate, what does it say? White.
Blanco. Yeah.
White.
Yep.
They're importing white people as they see it, right? Classified as white.
Non-Hispanic.
That's why I played that video of that woman in Chicago complaining about the Latinos immigrants getting jobs and they weren't, right? And housing when they weren't, right?
Yep.
Those are replacements.
Yes.
Oh, it's a big problem in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they move
and New York.
And they move as a unit.
Yeah.
So they're focused, and there's more of them.
And they have a language barrier.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, they might, but their kids won't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hispanic. Okay. Portia Prairie.
What's up, BGS?
Hold on a second. Portia Prairie. They don't give a shit. Okay. They're white people. They don't care.
What do they call herbs? Anybody from Northern Africa can be as black as I am, and guess what you're considered?
Classified as white.
White. Yep.
Go ahead, Doc.
What's up, BGS? What's going on, man? Long time, bro.
I know you're busy, man.
Man, it's been crazy, man. Hey, I'm thinking about making that move to LA though.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something I'm working on now. But yeah, man. But you're right about the shit they be doing over in Hopkins, man. You spot on that, because without saying too much, I have a lot of my clients. And another thing they do, they send them abroad too, man. They send them, always sending them out. I don't know what that's really about. I never really asked.
Yeah.
But they always
don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. But they always doing something. They say, oh, they got a meeting and this and that. So I don't know
That's called. They have a large robotics thing over there.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that from me.
Okay. It's military intelligence. That's where it's run out of. John Hopkins. Another part where it's run out of. Okay.
Right.
You didn't hear that from me, but
yeah, Charles going in. He going to leak it. Charles gonna go ahead and just leak that. Hey, but look, this is what I want to say, BJ, about what's going on. Me and Warren Bones, aka Pimp Jeezy.
Okay.
Man, we be chopping it up a lot, man. So we just be out just analyzing just a lot of shit, man. So it's like you really looking at just the fall of this greater society, man. And really with the women in particular. Like I have clients now that went through like a whole divorce and shit, man. And I'm sitting there just listening to them. They talking about how it's so hard out here. They getting fucked in the public theater bathrooms, running through men. And these women be older than me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm saying they break up their families. All the children are rebel. You just see how the children talk to them on the phone. And I'm sitting there listening like, God damn, man, this shit is getting real bad. And I'm saying, and my whole thing is what I told Pimp God. I really, truly believe, and it's just my thought, I really believe that it's going to take the American black men in particular, I believe, to correct a lot of this bullshit on an esoteric level. I really believe that. And I think that I really do believe that it's our time. And I think that we looking for it, and you're looking at the fall of society. I truly believe that. So I'm saying that's just my opinion. That's my thought. That's my observation. But I'm saying in small cases, you can see it. Everybody still looks to the black man.
It's the decline. But the thing is,
yes,
society has to correct itself. They're in the process of trying to do it right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Led by us, but they're already starting to do it right now. Otherwise, it'll fall apart. And you don't want, nobody wants to see that. Let's put it that way. Nobody wants to see that.
But you're seeing it on micro levels too, man. Just like with individual families, homes, in particular where I live in the Tysons area, even here, decline. You know what I mean? So it's like shit.
That's a downturn. The collapse you haven't seen. You don't want to see that. Okay. And that's global. It's not just one country. That's global.
Yeah. We're just getting started. The degeneracy, all that stuff is. Yeah. I mean, that's where it's trending. I mean, when we talk about it, people think we're being negative. No, we're just accounting for what is happening or where things are trending. There has to be a correction. How long will it take? And who's gonna be standing on the other side?
Yeah. But what is your thought though? What is you guys' thought on what I just said though about the American black man in particular?
Well, the thing, look at the Black Manosphere and Kevin Samuels, right? He sounded out the call, right? And people heard.
Great point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now they're listening. They're actually listening and following our lead. But things they have to do all the hard work.
Yes. And not wait for permission. As far as I'm concerned.
They got to.
That's what I was saying earlier. They got to fight.
They got to go to battle with their own chick, man.
Yep, and it's chess, and you can't wait. This is why I keep on saying it's over in that sense, because we can't wait. Literally, we don't have the time.
But see, the thing is, but here's the thing. What BJ said earlier was spot on. When I say you hitting them in the head, because we sit here and we talk about it. But once it's time to build platforms and stuff like that to take it to the next level to compete on that level with YouTube, Negroes disappear. And so I'm saying you have a handful that stick in there, like BJ subscribed. I didn't know nothing about it. Really, I've heard little things, but I didn't know you had to like pay or anything like that. I didn't do enough research, but I'm saying we can sit here all night and talk, but if brothers are not getting into and testing their own wit, the rest of the shit, even women that come around you, man, like I said, all the women that's around me and BJS, no, they all work for me, and I ain't fucking none of them. But I'm saying I'm making progress because I have a philosophy in life, and so a lot of black men haven't even got to that point yet. We still trying to figure a lot of shit out, and that's part of the problem. I even have some of my male clients; they still trying to figure shit out, which I understand. I do understand that basically how we were raised, but I'm also saying that we do know a lot of shit. And a lot of black men are very smart and intelligent, but a lot of times we choose not to use that intellect to take it to the next level. And that's what I'm saying. Me and PG are on that whole thing is we got to 10x everything in our lives. And then those women, they're going to just die out because they have already chosen this system. I just look at them. They just chose it, man. They're just dead. Yeah. When I look at it, it's nothing there. It's nothing there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
To that brother,
go ahead, sir.
point, let me get in Joel's. To that brother's point, I had to talk about Charles about something behind the scenes. In my opinion, the gynocracy is starting to come apart to a degree because some of these chicks, and I'm not talking. This is an older cousin. They have no respect for anybody, not even the older women.
Oh, you talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and she did. They did put a restraining order on her, but she's still coming around there.
Okay, tell them to get the Every time, here's a little trick. Sometimes you got to play nice to be nasty. The more she come around, have somebody in the back call the police to serve her the paperwork because she probably hasn't been served yet. So play nice. You got to play the fool to become the king. So you play nice. Have her come, even if they let her in the house. Somebody go in the back and call the police. Feed her some food. Hey, and call the police and have them serve the paperwork, and also fill out for the EP.
Okay.
It's the old trick. I'm not an expert when it comes to that.
That's true.
But I know a few things. So I'm an expert in a motherfucker,
A lot of these things are systemic. It can't be done by one group, one group or one nation. It's got to be done in unison.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. That's the problem that we're having right now.
Oh, getting these dudes to work with black folk though.
Well, the thing is, it's not even about the women anymore. It's about the whole system falling apart. Because the men won't participate.
The cracks are showing. The cracks are showing.
So basically, the whole globe is turning MGTOW very quickly.
So what do you think? Ways, though. So what do you think? What do you think the end result of that it looks like, BJ?
It collapse of society around the globe.
Yes, yeah, because the men recognize the women are
one time. So who?
The women are the men are recognizing the women are being unreasonable. So even if you've done pretty damn well,
it's not just the women; it's the whole society basically preferring the women over you. Okay.
Correct. That's true, and that is part of what's fueling them too.
Which is a problem because women don't build shit. They don't build. They don't protect. That's the problem. They don't.
You're not going to see women plumbers or electricians or masons.
What if boys grow up and figure out the system is not fair towards them? What are they going to do?
Walk away.
Exactly. I have
let it crumble.
It's common sense. If there's nothing in it for me, why would I participate? I mean, it's common sense, and that's what the guys are doing.
You got 800 million men in China saying what? Let it rot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're warmed by the warmth of its fire. It just
the Great Resignation, Hikikomori, let it rot. It's global. They have to do something, right? That's what I'm saying. They got to do something.
Quiet quitting.
Yeah, quiet quitting, all that kind of stuff, right? You have 61% of your males under 30 have not had sex in a year and a half and don't care.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, and by 2030, the I forget what the percentage of women in this country they're gonna be unmarried and never childless.
Wait a minute. Say that.
75% will be childless and never married by 2030.
Say that stat again about the boys and the women.
Oh, about the boys, young men under 30, which is mostly zillennials, right?
Yeah.
Have not had sex. 61% have not had sex in the past year and a half, right? And they don't care. They haven't dated. They haven't had sex. They haven't even gone on dating apps to look for women. They don't care.
And what's the one about 2030?
50% of women of women will not have been married, never been married, or not have children.
Yeah, that's the guy. This might sound funny when I say it, but it's sadly true. When a bitch can't sell pussy, it's done.
Yeah.
You can't even give it away. God damn. You can't even put up a sign that says free pussy. God damn. Nope. I got a PlayStation 5.
That's why I said is, as far as that's concerned, right, about prostitution, the best way to actually correct the system is let them all sell it, right?
Let them all sell it.
Flood the market.
Yeah, you're taking.
Would you say BGS is gonna be the price of coffee, right?
Yeah. Right. Some place it is. Yeah. That's what I call
it. There are some places where the going rate of pussy is like this. It's like a comic book from the 80s.
Yeah. And the thing is, the more women hit into the system, the price will go down. Supply and demand.
BGS.
Real violence.
I'm gonna take you back to the 70s with that comment. What's your favorite song back then? Taking it to the streets.
All right.
I would say if you really start seeing it in your town, like obviously New York, Los Angeles, you're gonna see it. You just are. But if you start seeing it in like smaller towns like Raleigh or like in Bloomington, something like that, get moving away from that area because it's not gonna be anything but violence and like real destructive stuff. Those women aren't going to be nice and friendly.
What do you think is going on? You got Hampshire. What is it? Was it Amsterdam in Philadelphia right now? Right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the wire in Amsterdam, that's what's happening in Philadelphia right now. They're having the cartels get on drug dealers to actually stop selling the shit. It's gotten so bad.
Yeah. Even though
they're paying the cartels to go after the drug dealers, stop selling the fentanyl.
Yeah, that stuff is oof.
That's kind of funny because Amsterdam in real life would have been like Collington, Baltimore, where they had a lot of vacants and shit. And I know exactly where that shit is.
And the thing is, now it's not black. Now it's not black people. It's white people.
It's white folks.
Yeah. It's always been. See, let me tell you. Let me school you a little bit something here, kid. Especially this young man called BGS. When you look at the drug epidemic, it's majority white folks.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it's killing young white men in their prime,
exactly.
120,000 a year. Okay, they can't take those losses continuously, right?
Yeah, at that rate. Yeah,
you lost 2 million white boys, to suicide and drugs over the last 20 years, right? You can't.
We can take some nigga losses. We can't take no white losses.
Well, they try with black folks, man. Thing at the peak of the crack era, only 10% of black folks actually doing that shit at the peak. Yeah. But the rip is enough to actually destroy your whole community.
Yeah, because we're smaller population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's also it's a tipping point though. Like you really only need around 3 to 5% to really tip the way a population moves. So if you get that up to 10%, like you can really undermine. You think about how many people are connected to those families. Like look at the movie Jungle Fever.
Yeah,
which is Gator. Just that one man resulted in a father killing his son, robbing from the family disintegrating just from that one person's addiction.
Most of the people on crack during the crack era were females, right? Not men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. That's right.
And what happens when they have 2 or 3 babies? Where do those babies go? Right to the family, right? Mm-hmm. It's a downward spiral.
Yes,
that's what happens. Yeah. They ruin the next 3 generations.
They do. What's going to happen to white folks in the next couple of generations, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing: they're not going to be able to sustain it like we have.
Hold on, Jules.
6.
I was just saying this.
Times.
Hey, let me.
Our population.
He can't hear.
Jules, you're bored.
Okay. Hey, I was going to say this real quick. I have a client coming anyway, but I'm gonna listen once I get. But I'm gonna say this before I get off. I was just saying that the white populations, they're not going to be able to sustain it anyway. You know what I mean? They can't go through. They are, like you said, BJ. They already feeling it, and it's only going to get worse. And the collapse of society is all, like you say, it's already in that. We already headed toward that. So for them, they're on their way out of here anyway. And even Joe Biden, I don't know if you ever saw that clip of him saying that, basically saying that the white Latinos are going to be the next in charge, or what have you. You ever saw that clip?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so they already know that. They know that from top down. Yeah. So, but all I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna leave it with this. A lot of fellas need to understand this too, man. And BGS, I want you to chime in on what I'm about to say, but I'll listen once I get off. We as men gonna have to move at our own heads of state with our own selves, and I think that once we start moving in that direction, even when you get with other men, there's a purpose even for the gathering. And I think that a lot of times we waste a lot of time doing a lot of shit that we ain't supposed to be doing. And most of the time, a lot of guys are still bullshitting around. But we have to, like I said before, fellas, we have to 10x everything that we do. Whoever's strong in any department where they work, in their communities, you got to 10x everything to the max. Everything has to be strapped tight. And I just want all the men to understand that, because we don't have really the time to be bullshitting anymore, especially for American black men. I really, like I said, I really believe it's our time to correct society, but it's going to be through our behavior. So any women that's in your facility, once she come into your state, man, in your presence, man, she going to only know to serve. If not, there's no fucking reason she's even around. You see what I'm saying?
It's over then, boss. It's over then.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So, and most women consciously, especially in the Western culture now, is actually poverty. There's a poverty conscious that they have.
Yeah.
This is why everything, they're not intimate anymore. And I don't even like, if they're not feminine and like just intimate, they can have the baddest body. I didn't reject it dimes. Okay. PG have seen it. So I'm saying they have to be feminine. I'm saying, and that femininity is used for me to do things. And men gonna have to start understanding that use as well. So in order to do that, you have to be around other men that are moving forward. And then you're gonna find the use for these women in your lives. I don't give a shit what they come in there to do. They're gonna have to find, you're gonna have to utilize them properly. Other than that, man, we're gonna keep regurgitating this cycle, and all these celebrities that had money, the top 1% of men, are being taken through the fucking ringer. That shit is embarrassing, man. And I think that men just going to just turn that shit up in their lives. And it's an exciting time to a degree. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of excited. It's sad, but it's actually an excitement too, because this is now our time. So I'm gonna leave on that. BGS, I'm gonna listen offline. Love you, brothers. Peace.
All right, peace out. Who's next?
Yeah, man. Salute to the doc, man. I follow him on social media, man. He is putting in that work.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. Yeah,
putting in that work.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop back here in a second and just listen, but I agree with Dr. Scott on that as well. I mean, yeah, stuff is kind of messed up right now and just a little crazy, but it is an exciting time because it gives guys
a little crazy.
Oh, you're right. It's okay. It's a whole lot of crazy. It's all the way fucked up. It's FUBAR.
It is FUBAR. Yeah.
But I agree with him in that aspect that it is an exciting time because it gives you an opportunity to remake and reinvent yourself, especially as a young man who has a lot more years to go, because you can honestly, you have a lot of tools and resources that, we didn't have, or even somebody as me didn't have. And I'm 41, coming up. And it's like, this is an opportunity for you to really go out there and make your life what you want it to be. And like my folks used to say when I was growing up, it's like, girls will always be there, man. It's like, they'll be there. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You just focus on building you, and I guarantee you'll be able to write your own ticket. They'll come to your table, and you can issue out the contract as you see fit. They either sign it or they walk. And when they come back to the table, you just move that same contract right in front of them and say it ain't terms ain't changed.
When do you get up and go find another population? That's the issue.
That too. Oh, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying, yeah, you have a table. You can take your table wherever you want to. And you just take your table and your contract wherever you want to. You ain't got to do it here in the West if you don't want to.
Yeah. The thing is, can they change fast enough? Will you accept somebody that hasn't been trained to be what you want?
Only if they're useful to you in a certain capacity. And you decide that.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Sure.
Good luck.
It just depends on the capacity in which you want them to serve.
You see, people think I'm trying to force you guys to the table and accept these broads, man. Yeah, further from the truth. Yeah.
Right.
And I've always said this, like when I told Marcus, I said, there's some people who have to go and see how the world really is and see that these women don't like you and see what they offer. Some people have to see it before they even give, they can bear witness to say, you know what, it is fucked up out here.
Yeah. Well,
that's why when people tell me, oh, there's good women out here. I said, there's good women. Show me.
But are they good wives? What do you need?
No.
You need a woman. They still got good women. They don't have good wives anymore. They don't make them.
And I said that's the point in scenario is that a buddy of mine, BGS, I'm not going to say the name.
Mm-hmm.
Complained about his wife not cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
I let him vent for 30 minutes, and I counted.
Yeah.
Put it on a timer. Let him smoke his cigarettes. Smoked my cigar. Poured him a drink with some ice.
Mm-hmm.
Let him vent.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that timer hit, bing, 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 I had to go in like a gynecologist. Nigga, let me ask you this question. He's like, yeah, bro. Was she cleaning like that before you married her? Well, no. Did you vet your wife to all the shit you wanted her to do? No. I said, well, I love you dearly, but shut the fuck up. That's what you like, and you picked her.
Mm-hmm. Why is she your wife still?
Correct. And that's what I told him. I said, you can complain. I said, I'll let anybody vent because sometimes you got to let it out. But you got to take the consequences of your decisions. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want, but you also free to take those consequences. Like I tell, it's no different than when I tell a woman when she complains about her child's father. I'm like, why'd you have his baby?
Yeah, that's true. You know, but a lot of guys in this space, especially black guys, have guilt and think I'm that dude. And I can't, you know, you might be, so I can't really comment on it. But the thing is, like 90% of us aren't.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you can't walk away, then you're the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too much power.
Just what do you mean by that dude?
In other words, there's guys that think I'm so alpha, I'm so this or that. I got so much game, I can exchange this broad with the wife that I want.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy. Thank you for the clarifying.
Yeah.
Some dudes that be like, he'd never do that to me. I got the realest game. Shit like that.
You're gonna rewire. You're gonna rewire her.
Well, if you think that, go talk to Dr. E. Harlan Scott. What the chicks that sit in his chair that are married to those dudes, okay? And they married. Those chicks are actually married to that dude, okay? And see what they do behind that dude's back, okay?
Same shit.
Same shit.
Exactly.
That's why I said I don't trust any chick, man. All chicks cheat to me. You know, I come with that mindset. Okay, she's gonna cheat. What else can she do for me?
Yeah,
and 90% of the guys can't handle that shit.
Exactly, and that's a guy's trump card. Your trump card is your own boundaries and the fact that you will fucking walk away. Yeah. There's no trying to convince her. No, like it's cool. Complete indifference from that point on. I'm telling you.
I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log. I've been ever since I was a kid. I heard that Lou Rawls sing that shit. I feel that way about women. Before I let you do that shit to me, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log.
You know, that's what I always said. And you know me for how many years, BGS now?
What, 7?
7, 8?
Yeah,
almost a decade. So it's like, how many times have I told you, look, what's that old song that I got to walk away from love? Strong? Yeah. The 2 times you become a man. Well, there's 3. 1 is when you go through your first fight. Whether you get your ass whipped or whether you dogging that motherfucker. 2, when you can walk away from a bitch you thought was the baddest thing since fucking Michael Jackson.
With that one tear dropping from your eye, yeah.
With that one tear, like that Native American when they see a sheet of paper in the forest.
Yeah.
And the third one is when you can check your mother.
Yeah.
That's when you truly become a man.
Yeah. My fiance was bad and smart, and I hated walking away from that heifer. But that one tear, so, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Now, BGS. Did the tear come off? Did it drop fast or slow?
It was slow, motherfucker. You know,
Denzel tear.
Right, all the way down to the chin, sir.
My man BGS had back. My man BGS was so hurt he had backup singers talking about walk away.
I told that bitch I loved her ass. I loved her dirty draws, but said I can't let you do this to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like he's like, I gotta walk away. My man had the leisure suit with the ruffles. Gotta walk away from love.
And that chick
ain't nobody come to see you, Charles.
That chick became an IT specialist, so she earned like $150,000, $160,000 a year back in the 90s. So Yeah, that is doubly hurt. But thing is, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be free. We gotta link up, Soji. So it's too damn close not to. I'm gonna try to get I know Ron Wills is just did this. I'm trying to get Ron Wills together, but I know he's he's healing, and thank God that
Yeah,
he's
healing. Have you gone by to see him? Because he's in the city. I heard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I haven't seen him yet, but I need to get. If you got his information or phone number, please text him or give me his number, or text him that I text him for me. Text him my number so I can check up on him.
Okay, I tell him to call you.
Okay, and Salji, I definitely got to link up with you. I got to get the old Dr. Dunbar, the tiger to my Panthro, coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
And all the ladies love how tall he is because they love how sharp he dressed when we go to the cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Dr. Dunbar is he's a lot. He's a big manly man. He is
big.
Don't let that video fool you.
No,
don't let the video fool you. That shocked the shit out of me.
He's a big
like
dude.
When we first met in person, it was the funniest shit. I'm like, God damn, how big is this nigga? And then Dr. Dunbar said the same thing to me. Like, look at the size of your goddamn arms.
And just as gentle as a big old bear, man.
Yeah.
He's a smart.
And
nice dude.
what's so funny? The
Just
women
doing
love
well.
every time we go to the cigar lounge. The women love him for being that gentle and smooth guy.
Yeah.
They
That's why I call
love
him.
this.
That's why I call him. Does he still use the word Dr. Goodbar? The name Dr. Goodbar?
Oh yeah, sometimes he does. Sometimes and it's funny because one of the ladies was like, "Oh my God, you're so sweet." I was like, "God damn." But he'll tell you a couple of funny stories about me when it comes to a few ladies at the cigar lounge.
Yeah, he talked about you rubbing on your arms. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm coming from the bathroom and we see Panthro sitting there. And the lady was like, "Oh, I love your chest and your arms."
Yeah, that's what he started hitting them weights after that too. I said I didn't get this PhD.
If only I could get Cousin Tita. I want to do a live stream from the cigar lounge with me, him, and Cousin Tita.
Yeah, well, we're all gonna be together on next Friday on my stream doing a rhyme. Okay, so next Friday.
Okay. Oh my goodness! And shout out to Cousin Tita too, because that's my kindred spirit. He looked at my bag and he was like, "That should go." You ever heard of GoPro? Yeah, that's the GoPro bag.
he knows. He's seen enough of them, boy.
Yeah,
it's in your Padawan, man. The guy with the light skin trifecta. Send him to Tita.
Oh God! If I send him to Cousin Tita, would I teach him? Good God!
Yes.
Some bitches ain't ready.
They ain't supposed to be ready.
They ain't supposed to be.
Yeah. Y'all get in.
By the way, and shout out to Mortal Kombat 1. They released Omni Man today. He is a motherfucker. He is a motherfucker over there.
Is he bad?
He's a bad motherfucker. He's a shit talking motherfucker too. Okay. He's like, and he also does it when he wins, like if he wins the first round, he'll tell you, think. He's like, what good are you gonna do if you die?
Yeah. In response to Dr. Scott's point, what do we black men get in return for saving the ship? That is a damn good question, sir. I asked that all the question.
Well, the answer is nothing.
Hold on.
Gotta be something. Go ahead.
A seat at the fucking table.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm slipping right now.
I can't take you anywhere. Number 2.
Nah.
Hey Salty, I'm gonna make everybody in my age group and above me laugh. What do we get? Anything you want.
But you know what they say. So brother Tubuku though.
Yeah.
No, like in response to, which is nothing to that seat at the table, which is really nothing.
No, the seat at the table. No, the seat at the table is you get to call shots when you get at the table.
I thought you were talking about the table as far as women concerned.
Oh hell
no, about society.
Oh, you're talking about society as a whole.
Yeah, man.
But he said saving the ship. I thought he meant about
he's talking about the society.
Okay. I thought he meant community.
Women are passengers. No, the ship is society. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant the community, but okay.
Even the community, okay, the seat at the table, right? We run it.
Yes.
Like, so in response to T. Riddler, like he's taking it wrong. And I seen a comment before I got up on the panel, but somebody was saying like, why would you guys want to do this? And it's not you guys doing it. They're stealing. They're watching and stealing content and ideas from people in the space.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do it all the time. Yeah.
That's why BGS was saying yesterday that like you guys got to be at the front of the line with your buckets ready.
Yeah.
Exactly.
While you can.
Exactly, because if you don't have a seat at the table, then you just gonna get scraps, if that.
You get trickle down,
if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need someone like Dr. Johnson having conversations with Galloway or the guy who's at Brookings.
Well, we had to get Dr. Johnson in a position to have those discussions. We have
exactly.
Yeah.
He
can't do it. He can't do it by himself. We have to get him in position.
Very true.
He's
close.
I think Gigi should be there too, though.
Well, Gigi's got things he's got to clean up before he gets.
Yeah.
I understand.
Well, there's behind this. I don't. Dr. Johnson's alluded to it, but there's a number of people who understand what he's doing, why he's doing it, and how he's doing it.
Yeah,
it's very effective.
Yes.
And he's getting
Yes.
noticed for it, and that's why, like, if he's able to get more airtime.
If we get Dr. Johnson to the level of Kevin, he'll get us to the table. But it takes us to do it. Okay.
Yeah, it would take a longer time than Kevin, because Kevin, it was more, entertainment.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of people don't.
And time.
A lot of the guys don't understand. They don't understand it because BGS, these PhDs coming into space, man.
Yeah, and there's more of them than you actually think. But the thing is, Kevin was actually entertained. They didn't see him coming, right?
Exactly.
Doc at $100,000, 100,000 followers. That's a lot of power. At 30, he's got a lot of power.
He's potent.
He's potent. Yes.
Yeah. Remember the Gary, Indiana, 1972 National Black Convention only had 30,000 followers or attendees, right? He's at 37,000 on YouTube, not including his other platforms.
But
so you think like,
but the impact that we at that level, okay. If we want Dr. Johnson to be at that level, we got to get him to 100K. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. People have to have eyeballs and ears on him.
Yes.
That will actually give him the credibility to actually get a seat at the table.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like
minimum.
So, like I said yesterday on Dr. Johnson's stream, like the woman that you played, like the white girl that was talking about all that.
Yeah.
Like
Student Vinker.
like
Yeah.
Household stuff. Like,
yeah.
So I was saying Gigi, he posted that on his community tab like a month ago, and I watched the whole video. It was like 2.5 hours, and like almost half of the video was talking about the Black community.
Yeah.
But the one you played yesterday, she wasn't talking about it.
Well, I only played 5 minutes of her thing, but the thing is, she's following the same line. They're all connected, right? If you go back to Chetty's work in 2017, 2018, right? First step, right? Second step is basically Reeves of men and boys, right? This is the third step. Okay. It's not just here, it's also global. China's doing the exact same thing right now with the same initiative in China.
Yeah.
Can you put the Chetty thing in the chat so I can look into that?
I will, when I find it, I will put it in there. I gotta go find it. It's like we're talking about the 2018, talking about 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago.
A lot of content.
One additional thing is Vanker does know about this space. I remember listening to an episode of hers like a year or two ago, and she mentioned Kevin Samuels and his popularity, and she was like, "Yeah, and there's some things about the Black community, and I just won't go there." And she just kind of trailed off. Like everybody knows the situation that's going on.
But the thing is what I'm trying to get Nameless to do, if he's listening, right, is marry what was going on with demographics and Mashitoba with the technical pathology. Technology is actually replicating itself all over the planet, right?
Yes.
If world leaders see that it's actually replicating, right, they'll do something about it, and then we get our buckets,
And Monahan warned them.
Yes. Because he saw Clark's work and he said we got to do something about this, right?
Yes.
That's why he put it in there. But Monahan didn't think it would get this bad. That's what he did say. I didn't think it would get this bad. Clark knew. I said Clark knew. Clark was pissed that his fellow Black scholars didn't back him up. He was pissed. But this is the fallout from it. That's why he gave up. He wrote a couple of books. He gave up. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
And you see, I said the same thing about Africans on the continent. You see why I said what I said?
I know. Well, I know what you said. I thought the same thing. But the thing is, I wanted to give them a chance because I knew the whole chessboard, right? I said, okay,
Yeah.
Well, this, because we worked very hard to get this shit in place, and you guys blow it and give it up because you want to go vacation in Europe. I ain't got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. I said, "Oh, it's hey, Colombia, here I come. I'm not coming tonight." Okay, I get
like BGS.
Yes,
BGS. It's funny that you guys played Dr. T played that clip of the Nigerian dude yesterday.
Yes.
Because I remember when you were on Dr. Thunder's panel, and the African dudes were getting at you.
They thought they were. They thought they were.
Yeah, they thought they were getting at you, but the funny thing is that's a Nigerian dude, right? Dealing with the same problem.
I think he's Ghanaian.
Somebody was saying he was Nigerian.
He might be Nigerian. I don't know. I mean, but he's in Ghana right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but either way, they were trying to get at you, like saying that
wrong person.
And this is why I say Negroes are Negroes. It don't matter. The only difference is the subculture. That's it, because of location. That's it.
Well, the funny thing is that at the end of that stream there on Dr. Thunder's panel, like one of the dudes was saying that they have an African Kevin Samuels, which is the same shit. No.
Yes. It's because what Kevin was saying is universal. It's doesn't apply just to black men. It's universal.
Yeah, he only had like a handful of family meeting videos. The rest of it was like, these are broad general terms that if you want to get in this type of circle, these are the things you should look for and try to achieve. It was, I know a lot of non-black people who listen to it.
That's what I was saying. Like, when you have other white women coming to you, and have you heard Kevin Samuels?
Because you're the black guy in the office
at work.
Yep. Yeah. And like, I didn't know those. I didn't know your women felt that way. Yeah.
Most people don't.
Yo. But hey, the black man's spirit didn't influence anything. Anybody didn't do shit.
I know.
Do shit.
I hear it all the time. But I always ask them, if it doesn't have any effect, why are you here?
Like, I'm in a few groups on Facebook that I mostly go there for laughs and whatnot, but it's mostly like white dudes in the States. And a couple of times I've seen them post Kevin Samuels, like memes and videos and shit like that. And it's white dudes posting this. And like those same white dudes are like racist as fuck for the most part, posting all kinds of racist shit. But they're posting Kevin Samuels, agreeing with him.
They're even passport bros now, right?
Yeah. I mean, even though like the white nerds and what do you call it? Like, not 4chan, but like those the comedy nerd guys, they know Kevin Samuels. They were they were laughing at him on was it Tom Segura's channel? Because everybody, people don't realize like how viral memes can get, and he gets rebirthed like every 6 months when somebody just shows him, doing the slap and the taps and the salute.
Oh
like,
yeah,
and
he's a
household name.
Well, think, like someone like Dr. Umar is a meme himself, right? Like I remember his first Breakfast Club thing. He was talking serious. Nobody brought away anything from that other than like his interracial relationships stance. And he kind of became that meme of him pointing left to right. Like that is what Umar's image is. Kevin Samuels is much more broad than that, but about the relationship space and like class in a certain.
It's because he talks about problems that all men are having across the globe.
Yeah.
Well, I should have specified, like, those groups that I'm in, like, they're mostly like clowning single moms and modern women.
Yes. Why do you think that is? Because they're having the same problem.
Exactly.
Susan Venker was saying the exact same thing that we have been saying for years. Okay?
That's why I found it funny that they're posting Kevin Samuels, because like they mostly post racist shit, saying that like black dudes are, like fucking making all these single moms and shit.
Because your white boys will not touch it. That's the problem.
That's right.
They won't touch it. That's why it could Kevin to check that white chick on Fresh and Fit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tomasi would not do. Mr. Red Pill would not do it.
Yep.
That's when they knew. It said, "Oh shit, okay, we're following the wrong person." You knew it. We've been following the wrong people, and you knew it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm just making
loud
sure.
and clear.
Okay, yeah, we got about 30 more minutes and actually get out of here. Rollo's a white man. He's not a punk. He's just a white guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Most white guys are like that, believe it or not.
Yeah, they're low key competitive and passive aggressive, and
yeah,
you gotta figure out how. I'll say boarding school, like 60% white. You just have to learn how to compete, and you have to learn how to deal with them losing to you because they can be ultra spiteful, but you got to figure out how to dodge their wrath.
Yeah,
and the thing is, white men are not used to being treated like black men.
Correct.
They're having fits. They don't know. We've been doing it for 200 years. They just started.
Yep.
Paul Proteus had a video on that too.
Who? Proteus? Who?
Paul Proteus, yeah. May he rest in peace. But yeah, Paul Proteus had a video on that where he was talking about the change in state. It was like about 2015, 2016-ish.
I probably saw it, you know.
Yeah. But please, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, good. No, that was my. I was sorry we lost him. That was my boy. He brought me into MGTOW. That's why I got into it, because of him.
He has an interesting batch of videos.
I actually found Paul Proteus off of a random Sandman fucking mystery link.
Oh no, I saw one of his old videos talk about the creeping move, right? When he's sitting in front of the TV drinking his beer. I said, okay, I can rock with him. Okay, that's why I got it.
Yeah, man, he's got good videos, man.
Oh yeah. He was on my Coliseum a couple of times. You know, honored guest.
Yeah, I heard him on that.
Yep, I remember that one because I saved it.
Well, you still got that one video on your channel where it was you, him, and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, there was a cutout from a longer session. Yeah, when he actually dropped in, I had to make sure it was him though.
Yeah, because a couple months ago, somebody tried to do that and made an ass of themselves.
Yeah. I miss him, man. I miss him dearly.
And BGS, what you were saying about like just adding to this about what he said about white dudes not being used to being treated like black dudes. Like I got a couple white friends, who got sisters that they've been seeing and they've been dealing with for a while, and they're going through it right now. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, they vent to me, and I'll be like, I get it.
The novelty of them being a white man wore off, huh? Okay.
Yep. I mean, it's of course it's a shock to them, because when you're used to seeing, you guys are running the show, internationally, globally, and clear here. So yeah, of course, it's like, what the fuck is this? This can't be me.
The thing is,
I'm that dude.
That's the thing is they're not used to their normal drafting. Like, in NASCAR, when you see a car draft behind another one, you can do that between because they'll have like 20 cars in front and then like 20 cars behind, and so they're just not dragging as much. But when it's just one-on-one, they're not in. The guys who do dating interracial, they either get a girl who's like really higher tier or just regular, because they're regular or below. And so the guys, I've seen it happen. Like it can go very well or it can go very poor.
You got to find a black woman that's socialized to be around white people.
Yes, and it's not as common as you think.
It is not.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a small minority.
A lot of these women go to university. Some of them
feel.
Yeah, but they'll go to a university, but they'll be in all black clubs, everything black. And I'm like, look, I was in the Black Student Union, but I was also in chess club. I was also in speech. I had a diversity of things I was interested in.
Yeah, but you're raised in a mixed environment, okay?
Not really. I mean, high school was really when it broke.
Come on, Jules.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Come on, Jules.
No, I'm telling you, man. My town was
upper middle class dude, man. You've been that way all your life.
Yeah, but it was like I lived in a majority black city that had a good middle class area, right? But I was not in I was in the upper middle class area.
Jules, I got one question for you. Do you know how to play spades?
No.
Hell no. I chose white.
There you go.
I know. Yeah. I know.
There's the answer.
I had to learn it when I grew up. I
had other pursuits.
Same here.
Bro, I made the choice
one
not
of my
to learn.
bosses was shocked a few years ago. She said, "You know how to play spades?" I said, "No." And she's black.
No, but I know what you're saying.
She looked at me sideways.
Should I get the side eye all the time when I tell people I don't know how to play basketball?
That is a sin I would not admit in public, sir.
Oh hell no!
Now you gotta pull up my hamstring ball. My hamstring.
I could definitely ball, but
my family's Jamaican, so I play soccer and football.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even Jamaicans know how to play basketball, sir.
Not the ones from down there.
Yeah, the Florida and the New York ones, they do. But
well, yeah.
And don't go to Dominica, man. They ball. DR, they ball.
Oh yeah, yep. Basketball, baseball,
basketball,
baseball. Yep, that's it.
Man, y'all can keep spades, bro. I chose life, man.
Yeah, you're right about
don't,
baseball.
Don't marry Keisha then, sir.
Oh no, I ain't getting married. This is me now. I'm not cut out for marriage, man. I wasn't cultivated to be a husband. I know that for a fact.
If you get married to a Keisha, it's pink panties and spades, okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she can have the spades and like, go on, baby, do your thing.
Yeah, we got about all right, Lion. We got about 20 more minutes, so I'll drop the link for you. Since you guys didn't get a chance yesterday to partake, because I had to go.
A quick question, BJS.
Yes,
did you state that Rom is in DC?
He's in Baltimore.
Oh, he's in Baltimore. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
He's in Baltimore. That's why I was telling Charles to go by and see him.
Yeah, I don't think he's in that area. Like I get the impression. I get the impression
he texted me. Yeah. He would say if it was in the county or not, but I'll ask him.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I know the area where he lives, but it's kind of like in between. So that's why when you said the city,
that's
I was like, is it DC?
I think he's in the city. You know, he's not at home per se. Let's put it
I'll text him again. I didn't know until he posted on Instagram like a couple of days ago, and it was like new. So I was like, wait a minute, he's in the hospital still?
Yeah, you know what? Because I got on him, right? Because I said, I know you're a Sigma. You won't tell us how bad it actually is because you're stubborn. Okay, that's how we are. I think he kind of lightened up after that. Hey, man, we're not after you. We're on your team. Okay, you don't have to shut us out. You don't have to be brave for us. Okay, it is what it is. You know, let us help you.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, his speech wasn't slurred, so he sounded better than I thought from what I heard.
So you know, he said it was mild, and it might be. You know, I'm not gonna say where it is or not, but the thing is, I know Rom, I know Sigmas, man. We're proud people. We don't want to let people know if we're hurting.
Yeah, how bad the situation really is.
Yeah.
I saw his video too. He seemed all right. He didn't see any slurred speech, but he did a live, like a real short live from his hospital bed. He seemed okay.
Yeah.
They probably got on anticoagulants.
It's probably a whole bunch of stuff where, you know, because I know Ron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ron, he's a very private and proud man. So
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I appreciate him for doing that live in the hospital bed, because he didn't have to. He could just put that update, say he's in the hospital and he's looking to get better, and not said anything.
Yeah. Well, you got about 60,000 people that are wondering where he's at. So
true. So yeah, that's what I hated about when Kevin went, because it was too quiet.
Yeah, you know what? It was like there was that day when I found out. Somebody texted me right after, said check on him and see what's going on with him, because they heard something. They wanted to know whether the rumor was true. So it was like 3 hours after he died that I found out.
Yeah, it started to spread that whole morning.
Yes.
Like just moved out of Atlanta and then
I had the girl I was seeing at the time. She contacted me about it. I was like, I don't think so, because I was thinking, I think BGS in my mind. I was like, I'm thinking BGS. Somebody would have said something.
Yeah,
back chat.
The thing is, I checked with Shannon Ross, because that's one of his frat brothers, and Shannon Ross confirmed it. I wanted to wait, so Shannon confirmed it for me. At first, I said, Shannon, what's going on with him? And he got right back to me. Said, yeah, it's true.
Wow.
Damn Red Bulls.
No, it's not that.
It's a bunch of things. And you got to remember, Kevin was in his mid 50s and working like 17, 18.
Yeah, he was working like a damn Jamaican and Mexican.
Yeah, and he also was a cancer survivor. So
all that stuff, man. You get up to the age, man. You can't put in those hours like that, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, I remember when he did that live, where he never talked about it, but then he laid into that one female that like left her husband because he was sick, or he was still sick, and then he let that. Yeah,
she walked out while he was sick.
Yeah, he cursed her out and let her out, and he said he was a cancer survivor. I was like, oh shit, that's why. I get why he's pissed when he said that. I'm like, that says everything.
if you guys have been on the, you know, on the streams like either my women's or the Coliseum, he's spoken about it, you know. But you have to go through the archives to find all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's
You guys missed the most important fact.
I don't even want to go through all the archives, so you know.
I got a couple of them saved in a couple of playlists, but yeah, I know they're deep.
Yeah,
you got to go hour 3.
Yeah, you do it. That's why, you know, people will pop up and say, "I saw this." That's why I actually repost it for people.
Yeah,
because I've forgotten about
I
it.
think you guys missed the most important fact here was him trying to explain logic to B-dubs. It's very special.
Okay, this is okay because this insider knowledge, right? He's actually did it because his the group actually asked for they couldn't get wives. Okay, how to actually vet wives and actually get women to actually come to us and vet themselves, right? That's why he started doing it, talking to the women instead.
Yeah,
because the high value men wanted wives.
I think he had to show them that their pickings are slim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's not like it's not. Look, there's black men who are married out there. Some in more matriarchal, some in more patriarchal things. Some have successful marriages. You know, 20, 30 years on, still getting laid, still pretty happy. But the guys who are in those and are doing pretty well, it's rare. And you just got to see. He just gave you example after example after example that a lot of these women, you have to be able to screen them out, and you have to be bold enough to do that, and not just get lucked into a relationship.
It's not that hard. If it's getting to that point, you got to go find out her mother and her family life.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but I mean, what I mean is, I know some guys who just wind up in a relationship with a girl because she just makes it easy, and then hits him with a lot of sex, and he's just kind of like, this is easy.
He didn't vet her. He didn't vet her.
He didn't vet her.
Yeah, but and that's what I think he showed guys how to do that, and that you should do that because you could wind up with this woman who, for 5 minutes, seems okay, and then peel 1 or 2 layers deep, and it's
banana cream pie.
No, the thing is, the things they run into relationships. The thing is, they didn't know why they were failing. And that's what he wanted to show. That's why he started talking to the women. And plus, COVID came up, and guess what? Women need high value men, right? So I said, Kevin, right before it hit, I said, Kevin, you're getting ready to make a whole bunch of money. He said, why? I said, because these women are going to need high value men. And guess who has them? You. They got to come to you. You come to the Godfather and make them pay. And he did.
Yep.
Yeah, we come to find, but I mean, the thing about Kevin is that, well, I appreciate what he did. I already knew a majority of them didn't qualify, but I knew it was mainly for the high value men. They didn't believe it. But I'm like, man, after a week, yeah, fellas, no, might want to let that go. But I understood why he did it and the point of the mission.
Yeah. The real black universities will not become obsolete. Can you set up your own? Yes, you can. But the thing is that university is way more than just the teachers. It's also the atmosphere and the people around you and the students and making connections. Networking. It's all that. Yeah.
They are an institutional power. If you go to if you do development for any university, they have a book of alumni who are worth X amount. Let's say 500,000, 1 million, 1.5. Those are people who can bring in money, and then they have boards of supervisors that are often linked up with the state. Like a lot of these universities will own a quarter of your town. Like y'all were talking about Hopkins earlier.
Hopefully it'll get back to where it used to be, where only the top 10 or 15% of kids actually go to a 4-year, the way it used to be.
That's what it was designed for.
That's what it's designed for. Instead of like 60% of the population. That doesn't work.
And then more vocational schools and stuff.
Hey, I had a question too, BGS.
Go ahead.
One day, because there's another side of the conversation that never gets talked about.
About what?
When it comes to men who divorce their wives.
Okay, what part doesn't get talked about?
Their story not getting told. I don't think that gets told enough.
The thing is, the whole institution is broken. Okay, you can't have 50, 60, 80% of marriages getting end up in divorce, right? The institution, your whole structure is broken. Got to fix the structure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about saving the structure. I'm just simply talking about divorced men telling their story, the other side of the story. Because the longest, when a woman divorces, the dude's the villain. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the other side, the 20% of the men who file for divorces. And I mean, they're the ones who actually filed the paperwork.
Okay. All right.
It's the hardest thing to do, man.
Well, men don't want to talk about it. How you get them to talk about it?
I mean, I'm one of them, so I wouldn't mind.
Huh? Say what?
I'm one of them, so I wouldn't mind.
Well, if you do it with things, most men don't want to talk about it. How come you haven't talked about it? Women tell everybody.
Yeah, culturally, we're socialized not to talk about it as men. It's supposed to hold that in. You know, it's supposed to hold it on your chest.
Why are you complaining? You're a man. Act like one.
Exactly.
Yeah, kiss
So
my
why did you divorce your wife then, since you brought it up and you said you're one of those people?
At the time when I divorced my one, let me tell you why I did it. Because I realized that there was no point anymore. And
that doesn't mean anything.
No. I mean,
You want to talk about it? Talk about it.
No. I got no problem talking.
We ain't got an hour, man.
Talk about it, bro.
No, when I talked about it, for some reason I was blind to the fact that that I really wanted to make it. I wanted to make it work. But the thing that made me realize it was never going to work was when I had an argument. I had an argument with my wife at the time, and she was asking me, did I want to stay married? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, because at this point, you pretty much suck as a wife. So
what did she do?
So then why did you stay?
No. What did she do?
Well, it's more of what she did. It's more of what she didn't do.
Well, what didn't she do? Okay.
Well, one, she sucked at cooking. I was doing 60% of the cooking at the same time.
In other words, you didn't marry a wife.
No, I didn't.
You married a partner.
That's no, I didn't. No, but here's the suck. The shitty part about that. The shitty part about that is, I was the one paying 100%.
You didn't marry a wife.
No, I don't deny that. No, I did not.
So what you got was a partner that was a dependent. She wasn't even a good partner.
No, she was not.
Codependent partner.
No.
So how long were you married for?
I was, by the time we got divorced, it would have been 5 years.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not that long. That's about the average of a black marriage, about 5 years.
Yeah, that's the average. That's the national average. Yeah, at the time.
I got one in my family coming up on 6, and they just wrapped it.
Yeah, it was coming up. It was coming back. Yeah, it was coming up on 5 years.
So the thing is, okay, when you married her, what did you want? Let's get into that. Forget the divorce. What did you see in her that made you marry her?
I think for me, I didn't know what I wanted. I think I wanted a for some reason I thought a family would quote unquote complete me, as corny as it sounds.
Okay.
And I was willing to do whatever it took at the time, because I met her when I was about, and here's the shit. Then I know why she got with me, because when I met her around the time, I was getting ready to, I was joining the military.
Okay. All right. I'll repeat this one more time. What did you see in her that made you marry her?
I know I didn't better.
She was pretty, wasn't she?
No. Okay, cut the shit. Be honest. No Negro marries a woman just because she was there. What did you see in her that made you pick her out of all the other women?
That question, she was she was pretty, and I thought, no, it's got nothing to do with prettiness.
Yeah, it could be. Was she the most beautiful woman you ever met, or what?
At the time for me, yes.
Okay, that's it. That's why you married her.
See,
she was your best option.
And she thought you thought she was gonna get away, right?
Yep.
And I thought it was a way of, and thought I was doing the right thing or whatever.
You wanted to hold on to it. Did she want to get married to you?
Yeah, she did.
Who brought it up? You or her?
She did.
In other words, she knew what she wanted, where you were going, and you thought you were gonna lose her by not marrying her.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you had to say. That's why you married. You didn't marry a wife. Okay.
Exactly.
You saw a pretty woman, a pretty piece of pussy. You wanted to hold on to it, right? That's why you married her ass. It didn't work out.
No, I didn't. No, it didn't.
Did you marry her before you got in the military or after?
It was after.
Benefits.
I know why. Yeah, I know why. Why it was for her.
And if you are in the military, go to the NCO club. You got tons of women. Why her?
I wasn't even. Would I make NCO? By the time I think I was still...
the NCO. The NCO club is open for the troops.
Everybody.
Right? For drink to everybody, right? Non-commissioned officer. Okay, everybody. Trust and believe that I met my fiance in NCO club, so probably first mistake. But she was bad. But she was bad and smart, you know.
What did Black Panther say to Captain America?
What?
Mistake.
No mistake.
But she was the prettiest woman I had ever seen, man. She with them Debbie Morgan dimples and them big titties. Okay, so okay, I got a winner here. And she was bad. She bad. She cried when I left. So anyway,
yeah, but anyway, and as far as when that ended, that's when I a little further down the line when we were coming up on that. That's when I had decided to end it and file for divorce.
Yeah. You finally realized that she wasn't going to be a wife. You couldn't make her a wife. You realized that.
Yeah.
Essentially. You try to save the things. You had to pull the plug, right?
Yes, I had to pull the plug.
Yeah, you didn't marry a wife. How long did that take? 5 minutes. It's not that hard. There's only so many reasons why guys get married and why they get divorced. Okay. And normally they realize reason guys get divorced, she ain't a wife to me.
Yeah, but the cold part is there are men who realize it, know it, and still stay in it.
Because they have children and assets and money to lose. They don't want to be poor and don't want to lose their kids. There's a reason why they stay. Like 99% of the time. Okay. The guy that pulls the plug ain't got no kids and no assets, you know. Okay, because he loves her. But the thing is that most times, if a guy figures out that he ain't got a wife and no assets, no kids, he pulls the plug. You know, immediately.
You never had a kid with her?
No, I didn't.
Hallelujah! Again,
thank God.
She was
smartest things.
She wasn't. She wanted to have a kid with you or not?
Oh yeah. Well, no. Oh yes, she did it, especially around the time. And there's this thing about death that just I don't know, because her mother had passed, and then that's when she started talking about that. So I guess you were trying to fill that hole.
He was wrong.
How many husbands use condoms on their wives?
Shoot, damn near none.
Exactly.
Did you use a condom on your wife?
Nigga, you knew.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Then
answer the question.
You had nothing to do with
her
having then you had nothing to do with it with her having a baby or not. Okay, it wasn't up to you. It was up to her. She didn't want to have a kid by you for whatever reason, which is you're lucky. Yeah.
Well, my man George Duke say BGS.
People say go easy on guys, right? I don't. Okay.
People, what George Duke say BGS?
What's that?
I got kids at home. I can't leave them alone. This I'm telling you.
Now there are guys that don't want to have kids that use condoms. I said I can understand that. That's when you don't want to have a kid, right? If you're not using condom on your wife, that means you have nothing to do with that fertility. That's all on her. If she didn't have a kid, it's because she didn't want to, or she couldn't. One of the two.
I would do if you were putting that in numbers. That was number 2. She couldn't.
Okay. All right.
She didn't cook when you first met her?
He didn't care.
No, at first, At first she did because I was, like I said, I was tripping back and forth. I was still in the Army, by the way. So I was tripping back and forth.
She can't cook though, so she was cooking you some like shitty meals.
No. It was at the time she started sucking with the cooking, and then I started doing. Most of the cooking.
Yeah, she did that on purpose.
You still married her?
Yeah. No. That was before because it was all part of the game and the hooks, and I fell for it. And then, of course,
Yeah.
Shit happens.
It is. It
Sorry,
happens. You were young. It happens.
Yeah, it was young. Yeah, I was young. It happens.
And Mulatto,
Sorry, I'm not
and Leon,
trying
get
to
on real
back.
quick because we are coming up on 3 hours, and I'm not going.
Yeah.
Well,
I just been listening.
Who's first? I don't care who's first.
We doing closing?
Go, Mulatto. Go ahead first.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of harkening back to the conversation before when you guys were talking and I was listening about kind of everything going on geopolitically in the world and kind of like the situation in our society. I was listening to a video that Sergeant Willie Pete put out the other day. I know y'all have had y'all differences, but he was talking about how basically like you already have rumblings of a potential draft, and you already have like white men in society saying that they're going to refuse to go because they don't really have anything to fight for, right? They don't have wives, they don't have children, they're not invested in and incentivized in the society. And you know, y'all were talking about earlier about white men are now increasingly being treated like black men have been treated for a long time, and they're not used to it.
Yeah,
but that's kind of my point. They're not used to it, right?
Yeah,
and we already see white men, you know, lashing out like the guy in Maine who killed all those people.
That's not what they're worried about. But go ahead.
Well, my point is, are we facing a situation where our civilization like actually can't like survive? Because what is the tipping point where when the bottom falls out? Because when men just don't give a fuck anymore, you don't really have a civilization anymore.
Most civilizations die because people don't care anymore. They just give up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not conquered. They just give up.
But the writing's kind of on the wall that might be the situation we're in.
That's why they have to push it back in the other direction right now.
But can it
So
be pushed in another direction?
the pushback could take 20 to 30 years because you're talking about disease and how they feel.
They can change laws. They can cut back on what they give women. They can do a whole bunch of shit rapidly if they want to. Women will be.
Do we have 20 to 30 years? I don't know. I mean, I'm just being alarmist. I don't know.
What I'm saying, bro.
Leon, he's asking me. Unless you know this shit, go ahead. Okay. Do you know this shit? Go ahead.
Part that I understand, like say for instance, if they give you free training while making money, it can turn around fast because you have a turnaround of people doing engineering or just infrastructure work. So like there's something I want to do, but they're saying this is how much you're going to get paid to do it. And I'm like, I'm not going to take that pay cut.
It has nothing to do with it. What would get men to actually start forming families again immediately? What are they asking for?
Economics.
Economics.
No. What are they
cutbacks on laws?
No. What? In other words, what? The old marriage contract, right? Okay, it's fucked up.
Divorce mainly.
Divorce, but are you? Go ahead. If you guys got
lower the exit risk.
No, I'm just having a conversation, BGS.
But you can't interrupt me while you're having it. Okay.
Okay.
You asked me a damn question. Okay. What are you guys asking for? Child custody, right? Okay. Alimony, child support, divorce laws, right? All that shit, right? Basically, all the advantages the women are getting in business, in education, all that shit, right? You can cut back on that shit, right? Can you?
Right, you can, but I guess my only pushback would be from I'm a millennial, right? And for my generation, I'm a somewhat younger millennial. I'm in my early 30s, but for my generation, the economic situation is very bleak, and the pessimism amongst my peer group is like really fucking bleak.
Let me ask you this: people in Guatemala that live in 10 shacks to get married, why did they get married?
Here we go.
I get that, but I mean that's a different cultural context.
No. It's not different. Why did they get married and you don't?
They get married because, for one, they're used to being poor, and they have societal norms where you get married, and they have cooperative women. You know, they have a more traditional dynamic. There's a number of reasons.
And in other words, their system is set up for what? Marriage, right? For marriage, even if you're poor, you don't need money to fucking get married.
Nope.
But that's what women want in our society.
They want it for the government.
So how do you change their mind?
I don't know. I mean
you change the environment.
You take shit from them, right? In other words, make them be equal.
Like literally, I've been saying this shit for years, man. Let them die on the cross. Don't save their ass. Period.
I like talk.
And only
man.
deal with the women who
One at a time.
only deal with the women who are on board. Because when you think about it, typically, naturally, as a man, if that's your woman or female family members, you naturally want to help them, especially when you're doing well. Is that what women typically do? No,
Of course not.
thank you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What are men asking for as far as dating, mating, and marriage? What are they asking for? It's not money.
Well, I'm sorry. You bugged out for a second. Say that again, BGS. What are men? What?
I said, what are men asking for in dating, marriage, and family formation? It's not money. What are they asking for?
50-50 custody off the rip.
I mean, yeah, but I guess what I'm saying in my generation, on some level, they are asking for money. They're asking for decent wages.
I have 3 millennial children. Okay,
and I know hundreds of millennial people because I am a millennial and I have these conversations with them.
Here's another thing, but I'm a millennial too. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for money.
I think the economics plays a role. I'm not going to see these other factors on truth.
No,
but the economics play a role.
No, it does not. No, it does not play a factor. Only for the women, right? Because they have things to actually take your place, right?
The state.
I understand that. Yeah, if that goes away, yeah, I agree. If that goes away, women will realize that they need men for their survival again.
If that was the case, poor people in South and Central America and in Africa and Asia would not get married. Okay, it was about money.
You don't think some men in our culture would harden their hearts to women, and even if they came back, they wouldn't want them? Because I think there's some men who have like resentment and bitterness and want to see women.
Well, y'all wouldn't be here if that was the case. You'd have walked away and kept stepping. Why are guys going overseas to get married? Is it about money?
Nope.
What's it about?
It's about cooperation and wanting a woman and wanting children and wanting legacy. I get that. But
in a traditional environment, right?
Yes.
BGS, I'm an avid listener of your content. I know your arguments. I'm not saying you're wrong.
So where does economics come in and all of that?
I'm more so speaking to at the societal macro level. Can our culture survive?
No. Can your culture survive? It's not going to survive the way it's going on now, is it?
Correct.
No,
it's the environment.
It's doomed the way it's going now.
So
but that's my point. Can after we go through this transitional period, when we come on the other end, will our society still exist? Like, will we still be able to get over this hump? I don't know.
What choice do you have?
I mean, I guess you don't have one. I mean, either you die out or you.
Well, what I said it earlier, what will happen, and we're already seeing this, there's an acceleration between the haves and the have-nots, between the talented and the non-talented, between the connected and the non-connected. That is the trend. That is where we're going. I'm an old millennial, but I mean, most of my older cousins, they're Xers, so I'm more of an Xer than a millennial. So yeah, I do, and I always say the millennials are freaking schizos, personally. But that's
talk to Gen Z. Jesus, talk to Gen Z.
Well, I got nieces and nephews.
But society is making more money than it ever had.
Yep.
Rich than it ever had. You're getting married less. Why?
Yes. Yep.
Why?
Convenience.
But it's not. But it's concentrated more at the top, not in the middle.
No. Even down to people at the bottom are making more money, they're more successful, they're a little better lives. But you're getting married less. Why?
I lost you. I lost you for a second, BJ.
Mulatto, you said you're an avid listener and you're still saying shit like this? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I listen to BGS almost every day, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with every one of your arguments.
What are men? You have 8 men up here saying the exact same thing. What are they asking for? Are they asking about money?
I mean, I think you can't discount the economic factor, and I'm not purely talking about the interaction between men and women. That's a part of it.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to get your point across, man. Because I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, okay?
I don't know why y'all being so argumentative. Okay,
I'm not. You doing the BGS. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you. You asked me a question. Economics have nothing to do with this shit. That's on the woman's part, not your part. Men don't care.
I understand that men just want women,
but what?
Men. And I'm saying when men don't have an incentive in society because they don't have the economic opportunity to start their life, You know what I mean? Because again, I'm a millennial. These women want you to take them out on $200 or $300 dates.
You
You know what I mean?
mentioned what economics
Boy.
the women want.
Answer your
right?
own question.
Yeah.
See, BGS.
Uh-huh.
This is what happens when somebody can talk all day but have nothing to say. When BGS asks you what did men ask for, here's the question. You're talking about what women are asking for. And there's a comprehension failure right there.
Mm-hmm.
Men never gave a fuck about economics. As a matter of fact, men traditionally pay for everything any fucking way, though the majority of the time through existence. So when you have people in lower economic, states like a fucking person as Costa Rica or some shit who gets more respect from his women than we get from ours, and you're talking about 6-figure niggas get less respect than a pig farmer in a third world country. What do men ask for is traditionalism and feminine women.
Yeah.
We want a fucking fair deal in the fucking social contract.
I understand that.
Okay.
I understand.
It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with money because guess what?
Where's my
men
timer?
still.
Where's my timer? 2 minutes, man. You think we're not letting you get your point across?
I understand that. What I'm saying is, in our cultural context, I'm speaking more at the macro level. In our cultural context, I get what men want from women is traditionalism, femininity, family, to get the ability to pass on their legacy, access to women's bodies. I understand those things. What I'm saying is we are moving into an environment in which men do not have economic resources to trade with women because women typically come to men and offer their bodies and offer the potential to give them exchange for them economically providing for us.
No, you got a minute and a half. Go ahead. Let him finish. Andre, let him finish. Go ahead.
So my point is, if men in our culture do not have, because of the macroeconomic environment, do not have access to economic resources in order to be able to gain access to women, and you have an increasing population of desperate, lonely, and unhappy men, is that not what is the tipping point where our society will no longer be able to survive?
I wonder if he's talking about black people.
No, let him finish. You got.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not just talking about black women. I mean, obviously, it happened to us first.
Okay.
Our community collapsed first.
So what happens when you have majority?
Have you finished talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens when you have a bunch of these women having babies by niggas with no jobs?
In other words, you keep going back to what women want, right?
So that's bullshit right there, because there's a lot of niggas out there who have babies by women who work and the men don't. So that bullshit. So stop listening to what women say.
Yeah.
Look at what they do and then respond to what they respond to.
Not to
because
mention,
a lot of these women are having babies by niggas who can't afford them anyway.
Or take it a step.
If you always ask them the question, why him? They never give you a straight answer. Fuck what they say, because obviously they can't get a baby without a dude. If dudes with some money and some common sense says, fuck no, what the fuck I get out of it? Guess who she's gonna get a baby from? So that's null and void what you just said. Because guess what? They're trading their bodies for niggas who ain't got shit to trade but good dick.
Yeah. Or take it a step further. You have women who are currently married to men that make money, but who do they cheat with?
Broke niggas, me. They cheat with me.
Well, yeah, there was a good interview with Dr. Johnson and Judge Joe Brown. He said, look, even at 8 figures, you aren't going to get respect from her.
In other words, what are men asking for? Okay. You keep talking about what access to pussy through economics, right? That's what
you can already
want.
get that.
That's what they want.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what men are asking for. Okay. I know the John Henryism, Alfred E. Way through it shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need more money to buy more pussy. No. Got to change the whole society.
There it is.
And one thing,
better
BBS,
odds.
isn't this the most sexually available women have ever been in history?
Openly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's really.
I mean, so you don't even have to buy pussy. Pussy hit you in the back of the head like Thor's hammer. Bang. What is
Right,
it? Pussy.
I agree. I have a triple digit body count, bro. I agree. You know,
So if you have a triple digit body count, you know it's bullshit with
But
the
I
ass.
went through the whole thing about why the tipping point was there, what was going on. Men want a fair shake, okay? That can only be done by society. That's all they want, okay? A fair shake.
What do you?
Yeah, you can't sit down and have it such a big gamble that you lose and you can't come back from it. It's not my grandfather's generation where he had 3 baby mamas and still lived the middle class.
At that level, it's not your goddamn problem. It's your manager's
Yeah.
problem. Okay, it's not
There it
yours.
is.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not. There's a reason why, and most, the men, and we don't even talk about suicide enough. The men who are deleting themselves, most of those men are formerly divorced.
That's true. What the thing is, it's a societal problem. They set this whole shit up, right?
Yes.
Put their thumb on the scale for females, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're still doing it. Okay. The shit does not work because the boys are saying we're not getting a fair shake in this life, right? Okay.
Yep.
They have to delete all that kind of stuff and go back to some of the old policies. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They basically what they did to the men, and again, this is why we always got to go back to policy. Title fucking 9.
Title 9 and basically the Civil Rights Bill, Title 4, right? With sex, putting white women as what? Minorities, okay?
Yeah. So
even though they're the largest plurality.
So what they did, they literally tied our arms behind our backs, tied our legs together, threw us in the water, and said, "You aren't good enough." Literally, that's what's happening. You understand? And they're changing it slowly. Okay. This is what happened earlier this year: affirmative action, abortion. And this is why I said earlier: these women really think it's about their freedoms, bitch. It's about power and civilization.
It's survival. Your society, needs of society comes first.
That's why they're changing the policies.
BGS is the change so slow? Because I look at how baby boomer and late Gen X women react to policy changes, and they're the major pushers of acting like animals because they're the majority of the population anyway.
Okay, in other words, the change can be slow if you have time. What happens when the boat is taking on water?
There you go.
I'm throwing the baby boomers off. They not women no more. Fuck out of here.
Well, but that's kind of my point too.
How old are you, Leon?
35.
Okay, in 15 years, that's what's gonna happen to you.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you want when you get over 50 years old? Throw them out?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is.
No, you just said it. You just said it.
Basically, look. I look at it like baby boomers are the biggest generation.
Yeah.
They're what, 50% pretty much.
Okay.
Well, they're 40% right now. But when you talk about the women, it's like you see how they react.
So what do you want to do with them?
No, that's what I'm saying. Does it take a certain amount of time for them to get out of here to have real change because they're such a big group?
The baby boomers have nothing to do with the policies that's going on.
Exactly.
With
you,
yeah. Well, no. There's specific baby boomers that do, but like
no. Because silent generation put this stuff in the policy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, BGS.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. There's
that's all I'm asking.
One at a time, y'all.
That's all I'm asking because I look at the group and I saw how they react to like what happened in Florida or what happened there.
Was Lyndon B. Johnson a baby boomer?
No.
Silent.
Silent.
BGS.
Was Ronald Reagan a baby boomer?
No, I think.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that.
Okay, you guys can't speak all at one time. Start fucking reading instead of pulling shit out of your ass. Okay.
No, I'm not pulling it out of my ass. I'm looking at that voting block and how they react to certain things. Those ladies have a lot of power. That's all I'm saying. Like, so does it take time for them and their ideas to get out of the way? That's all I'm asking.
So you think that your women at your age are going to pass the same shit against their interests? Really?
Oh no, it's power.
Exactly, it is.
No, it's going to have to be taken from them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of capital interest in maintaining the society as it is. Like I was gonna say, you look at someone like Warren Buffett, right? He's wealthy beyond belief, right? One of the things is he owns BNSF, right? The railroad company. You know that popularly gets called in that community is better not start a family, because they will work you to the bone. There's those type of institutions that have a vested interest in men not getting married. So what do you do on the other side? You can fund other things to keep men single and working, keep women single and working.
That's true, but on the other.
It's the one thing I say about the goddamn Z's. At least they're taking action. We're not going to participate. Y'all didn't do that shit as millennials.
Exactly. He's correct.
So we're
because
taking action now, but it's a select few of us that are.
What are you, a millennial or Gen Z?
I'm a millennial. I'm 30.
Y'all didn't do shit, man.
No, we didn't.
The Z's are doing shit.
Like this is
we didn't have the information. We didn't have the information. The magistrate didn't exist yet.
Y'all didn't do shit.
We didn't do shit. Period.
We didn't do shit.
We
We graduated in the middle of a crash.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying we didn't know. We couldn't do shit about something we didn't know about.
Y'all.
Nah, the information was there.
One at a time, y'all. Go ahead and say something, but that's bullshit.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk. Like earlier today, I watched a video from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Talking about the tale of two letters. Yeah. This is what I see right now. This whole the last half an hour to an hour is what I see right now. Is the tale of two letters.
Okay. How so?
How so is that everybody has an argument right now, and I'm hearing baby boomers being brought up, and it's about time to write that second letter, I'd say.
Well, the thing is that millennials are in their mid-40s, the oldest ones, right? Y'all didn't do shit, okay?
No, we didn't.
Accept that.
Yeah, we didn't do shit.
I do accept it. All I'm saying is I didn't know.
Ain't no excuses. You didn't do shit.
No, we didn't.
Well,
I don't got no kids. I haven't married a woman, so I'm kind of in the same boat as the
collectively.
Collectively, you didn't do shit. Okay, you didn't
White boys didn't do shit. Black guys didn't do shit. We were just lost. Like literally, it was get this money, figure out this crash, and move on.
I've been the black sheep in my family since I was a kid because I wouldn't put up with the gun knockers.
Give me a trophy.
It's not about that.
You didn't do shit. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Boomers burned down tried to burn down 300 cities in America. Okay? Y'all didn't do that shit.
Yeah,
okay?
no, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
We got into student loan debt. That's what we did.
Boomers between 1961 and 1971, there was 300 riots in America. Okay, how many for millennials?
Occupy Wall Street.
Black Lives Matter.
We had, no, Occupy Wall Street. We had one, and it didn't even last. It got cold and
that got corrupted.
They gave you trophies, and y'all went away. Okay?
Yeah, what you find out is those type of rallies, you really do have to actually burn things, because if you're just sitting out there banging drums, all the people with money are sitting in nice air conditioned.
I'm not saying you had to burn down the city. I'm not saying that you burn down the city, but the thing is, y'all got too fucking comfortable.
Yes.
I mean, I agree. Occupy Wall Street was going on when I was
garbage.
DC, and that shit was whack.
You guys had the longest extended childhood on record, okay?
Yep.
Hey, BT, I have a more important question that I would like to ask you. So I was gonna ask, like, since right now you guys have an unofficial and unacknowledged world stage, like you guys have the main seat on the world stage right now.
Who?
This might be a behind the wall question. Yes,
who, us?
you guys, as in like
the black manosphere. No, not really, but you know.
Well, you somewhat do because
we have a voice, but thing is, we don't have the main stage. We don't have the big mic or the gavel. Okay, we have influence.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you have you're the main component of it. I'm just saying, like, you have a major part right now.
Because we have because we have the answers. That's why.
Exactly. So my question was.
Go ahead. Your question is what?
Ask
the damn question, man.
my question was going to be is, what are you guys going to do with this? As in, like, content creators with like large followings.
Have you ever tried to herd cats, sir?
Yeah, I understand all
Open
that.
to straight.
Have you ever tried to herd cats?
I understand all that, but I'm just wondering.
If you ever tried to herd cats, then the question is moot.
But Dre, you have to understand, in this space, you got guys from all different walks of life. It's not like academia or corporate where there's structure, hierarchy, there's respect, and this, that, and the third, and you're in this position, and you're not just coming out here speaking loud, and you're alpha, and because you say this, and it's going. No, that's not how it's going to get done.
I understand all that, but I'm just saying, like, we have guys like BGS, we have you, we got Charles, we got Dr. T, we got all the other PhDs, like, so.
And
what are you guys planning to do?
And you have other people that are trying to stab you in the back as we speak, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You have disinformation people, like who BGS had an argument the other night. Like, people who willfully want to spread disinformation, like the two ladies who have a channel who understand a little bit more. But I mean, there's a lot of people who have different agendas, and some of them are very opaque. Some of them are very transparent. But ultimately, men have to make their own decisions.
There's
many options have been presented,
and the stuff that we can do is already in process. Okay, you just can't see it.
Yeah,
it takes time.
Man. It's a process.
It's the one thing about Black people, man. We don't have patience for shit. And
no, like, I have patience and everything, and like, I agree with everything that's going on. I'm not making any judgments.
So what are you doing? So what are you doing to help out the process? What are you doing?
It was a real question.
It is a real question, but that's also a real question. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm just trying to do the best that I could do personally, is spread the message.
Not enough. Not enough, because you want more, right?
I want more for all of us.
No, you personally want more. What are you doing? Actually, where are your shekels at? What are you doing?
No, I'm saying I don't want more for me. I want more for all of us.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What are you doing? Okay.
I'm listening and I'm learning.
No. What are you doing? Are you spreading the word? Are you out there? Are you trying to get petitions or trying to make contacts? What are you doing?
If I could find out where to do that, I'll be all on that.
Currently, have you really tried to look?
I haven't actually tried to look, but I also don't know where to look.
There's your answer. Okay. Of course not. Nobody does. We all start at the same place. I didn't either.
No, I think that conversation that you had with Dr. T yesterday, like, is potentially could be very impactful.
How did Dr. T found me? Okay, I didn't find him. He found me. Okay.
No, I'm just talking about the conversation that you had yesterday.
What about it?
That could be very impactful. Sorry.
It is impactful. The thing is, that's the surface stuff.
Yeah,
we've been doing this stuff behind the scenes for a long time, dude.
Yeah, Dr. T has been. Dr. T alone has been in this space for almost 3-4 years, and he's just now
5 years. 5 years.
And he's just now getting his due.
Are you trying to recruit people to Dr. T to get him to 100K? Okay.
Yep. I have my cousins listening, and they're officers. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing is, again, a lot of guys that they really don't understand the process of how policy works and all this other stuff. I mean, like, and I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. When I do taxes, one of the guys I do taxes with, and I discuss this with him. Actually, he asks me. He works on the fucking Hill. He reports directly to Congress. Trust me, they fucking know.
Yeah.
And he asks me questions. That's how I know. That's when it was certified that what BJS is saying, all that stuff is for fucking real. When you got guys like that coming to me, asking me questions and saying, do you know this guy? Have you heard this? Have you heard that? Why is that? And then I'm literally giving them the information I received in this space. Yeah. Then I come back and I talk to him. He's like, holy shit. How the fuck you know that?
And it's called hard work. How much do you read, Andre? Yeah. How much you read?
I don't read as much as I used to, but I'm getting.
How much?
I don't read as much as I used to.
We need help. You got to do research like everybody else.
Exactly. So, like, just the other day, I just finished the Man Not, thanks to you and the other people you brought into the space. I appreciate that. Next, I got to read Dr. T's book, and I got to read Boys and Men. That's what I was asking for other. I don't remember the author's name right now. The other person that you at the time,
Richard Reeves.
No, I'm not talking about him. Is the other person that you mentioned when you mentioned Richard Reeves?
Melissa Kearney.
No, not her. It was a dude's name. But
Tommy Curry.
Scott Galloway.
Okay.
I think it was like E or Sorry, I'll have to just play it back. I don't want to waste your time with that. But
It
like,
could be E. Franklin Frazier. It could be a whole bunch of people. Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
I'll
I got about 10 books on my list that I got to read. Okay.
Oh, he might be
I'm behind
talking
on.
about. He might be talking about Clark.
No,
Kenneth
not Clark.
Not
Kenneth
Clark.
No.
Okay.
Not Clark.
Hmm.
Like earlier in the stream, it was like an hour ago. You mentioned you mentioned Richard Reeves, and you mentioned another author, and I was asking you.
Scott Galloway. Kearney. Yeah. You're talking about Raj Chetty.
Yeah, Dr. Chetty, he does the opportunity map stuff. Yeah, you should look at the opportunity insight maps. They'll show you where they've been mapping out the projected life outcomes of children based on where they're born by zip code.
By zip code.
Yeah, in a lot of places it's not good. I mean, you can see you can see down like by high, medium, low income, and it's like a lot more people are trending down.
It's because they started with black boys, but the thing is, it's transferring to white men.
That's right.
That's why they
Exactly,
study
and that kind of like leads into what I was about to say when you were asking, like, what am I doing? I'm not doing as much as you guys can because I'm not on your level, right? I'm just merely a student.
Doesn't matter.
So, like,
so what is it that you want from us?
I want you guys to succeed so it spreads and it will trickle down to me because I'm in a different country, Canada. So whatever you
Every
guys do,
single
trickles down to
soldier
us.
matters, regardless. Man.
In other words, this is a global problem. That's why they're trying to correct this as quickly as possible. It's a global problem. It's not just a local problem.
So what I was saying earlier was like, I'm in a bunch of Facebook and shit, like talking about like, single moms and like modern women, shit like that. So basically, even the most like racist dudes like can say they're bullshit or whatever, but like when it comes to like actual real topics, like when I talk to them, they have to agree with me, and that's only due to listening to guys like you.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
So like, I can't do it at you guys' level or anywhere close, but like I'm saying, I'm doing the little that I can.
Okay,
I'm trying to learn more.
But the thing is, you wanted to something that we weren't doing, like pulling us together. Which is, I don't have the ability to actually do that. Okay, I can only do what I do. I can send out the badge signal for people to actually come to me. I can't make people do shit. They're stray cats.
No, I'm not asking you guys to make anybody do anything. It's just I was just asking like what are the plans for the future, basically.
For the future, basically to equalize the chances for black men and all men in particular. Push this wave backwards, okay? Otherwise, it's gonna come apart.
It needs to be understood. This took a while. Feminism took a while to get to where it is today.
It took 150 years to get where it is today. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
gonna take a while to reverse it.
It depends on how bad. The thing is, they're already starting to push back. It don't have to be completely
Yeah.
reversed.
I mean, when I saw them like talking like reversing Roe v. Wade, I'm like, okay.
And I had a conversation with a feminist lawyer at that about that in 2017. I already knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
that was bound to happen.
Yeah, because they let it sit in the courts. They never put it into actual law. They just said it was
they never did.
Yeah, it's been sitting for a
I
while.
went and read about it. Yeah, I read it. I'm like, then I went and read and did the research about. Wow, y'all really didn't put this in there. Yeah,
because they couldn't, because that's
they couldn't.
It's under the jurisdiction of states.
Well, what was amazing is, oh my bad.
If women really wanted, I told this to the feminists, you guys have all the voting rights. Pass it state by state. You can get rid of it if you want to.
They're trying to do it.
What was amazing, guys, is that he did it on his birthday.
Who's that?
When he did that, the black federal judge, Supreme Judge.
Oh, okay. Thomas.
He did it on it. Yeah, he did it on his birthday.
All he did was kick it back to the states and make women actually work for it. Yeah,
that's it,
man.
And that's what it was originally.
Yeah. If you want to doom your own society, go ahead. And white women.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
The white women were furious with him too. They were dropping the hard M word.
Yeah, because now they have to do the real work. They actually pass the state by if you really want it.
Yep. And politics is a hard game, especially statewide.
No, the majority of voters are what? Female.
That's
Okay,
right.
they really want it. They believe in it. Okay, it will actually be in law state by state.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a political.
Did he borg out?
I guess
Yeah, he's been dropping it.
But BJ, you know what you know what? I got a good idea.
What's
I
that?
don't know if you remember that. I think it was the 80s.
Yeah.
That would come on a Saturday morning. That the guy would sing the bill.
Yeah. Okay.
Would,
yeah.
that
Oh
would
yeah.
make-
Yeah. Okay.
I think you need that. Put that on.
What I'm saying is to guys, you cannot alpha your way through this shit.
No.
It has
Yeah,
nothing
you
to
gotta
do with
get-
economics. It's how you form families, how you form family laws. It has nothing to do with economics. Okay, nothing. If that was the case, poor people wouldn't get married. It has nothing. The thing is, you actually entitle women and shift the balance of power to women. Okay, make it equal. That's all guys are actually asking for the most part.
Women just tell you. Women just mention the money part because it ensures their hypergamy. That's all.
And guess what? The more money they make, guess what? The more money you have to make.
The money you have to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they don't want to give up their position for their power.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, they
You're
don't.
rock and hard place.
I mean, no.
Okay?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. That's what Susan Venker was saying. Got to start going back to what we used to do. Emphasize boys. Jewish people know that they emphasize the boys first. Okay,
They have a functional.
I was listening
a functional matriarchy.
That video you played,
BGS, they are hard matriarchy too.
I went to her page BGS and I was listening to a video when they were talking about the breadwinners, and she made up a very good point about the difference between men being breadwinners and women being breadwinners. That women don't handle it well; they become more selfish, and men become more generous.
Yep.
Which is what I have 5 books written by second wave feminists that said exactly the same shit.
Yeah.
More money she gets,
it
more
doesn't
conservative
work.
hers.
And what they said, feminism will fail if they can't convince the women to actually do this. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's why it's failing.
You literally learn this your freshman year of college in psychology before they show you the hierarchy of needs, and they speak about middle. They don't even speak about man before that page. They speak about middle class women versus poor women. You know what I'm saying? You literally learn about it.
Marshmallow test.
And it just goes over your head because the women don't talk about it. And usually your class is, 10 guys, 30 women. So it just goes over the head to just skip that part. But if you actually ask, your teacher will literally tell you the more money women make, the more expectations they want met within that hierarchy.
And the
more, I'll tell you, there's a good episode of
one at a time. Who's first?
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like the psychology, basic psychology, I literally tell you, then you can read the citations and read what the people wrote, and you'd be amazed. And basically, that's what BGS has read.
They thought that nurture ruled nature, and it does not.
Correct.
That's what they're finding out. So
constructionists.
That's why they said they changed it from sex to gender. Okay.
Yep.
And partners is a homosexual term, right?
Correct.
It's not for man and wife. Is a heterosexual term. Okay. They made all you people gay. Okay, for the most part.
No, it's true.
Hey, yo, my wife is at work right now. I'm chilling.
If your wife calls you a partner, that means you're gay. Okay.
Nah, she never called me a partner.
BGS.
The moment that happens, I'm the Gynocrats are going to be participating.
You ain't going nowhere. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm Gucci. I'm good.
It was somebody trying to get in. We're gonna close it up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Who's first? Who's first?
Go ahead, Mom.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joel.
No, go. You got it.
I only had a small thing to say. I was just gonna say like there's a small amount of white people that even agree with that say the same thing, that like partner is a term from gays.
Is because you guys grew up in it. I did not.
That's exactly.
I remember when it was sex, okay, and husband and wife. There was no such thing as your wife being your partner.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I argued with a psychologist in 1991 about that shit. We eliminated all gender roles. Had to figure it out when you get married. I said that's not going to work. Yes, it will. You just have to teach it. Okay. 30 years later, shit don't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. And the main reason why it doesn't work because you call them partners, but you still expect men to protect and provide.
It's because biology will rule. What if Susan Vinker said, as soon as you have a kid, guess what? Oh shit.
She wants to stay at home.
Yeah, she wants to stay at home. She wants to, yeah.
Look at Candace Owens. Look at Candace Owens when she got pregnant, had the first kid, right? Oh shit, that shit changes, doesn't it? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Different woman.
Kids change shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
She be using red pill talking points all the time.
She
listens.
Yeah.
She
I
does.
was gonna say two things.
Excuse me, I like coochie, sir. Well, then you ain't got no partner for a woman, okay?
Yeah, the downside of calling partners that, like, I know gay couples that the men who actually have relationships like that, and they have successful relationships because they know how to work with men. And then speaking of that hypergamy piece, I remember there was a good episode of This American Life. That's probably about 10 years old at this point. And they were going through like dating apps and dating and mating and stuff. And they were talking to this one woman who was like a physics professor at like NYU or Columbia. And they were trying to narrow down just by the numbers, like they do nowadays with the dating calculator. And what she wanted was just all this. She wanted more. She wanted a guy who had a PhD, preferably, within 4 years of her, and it preferably in her field. And it was like the guy down the hall was the only option. And she didn't like him. So it was like, and she was in New York City, and there was no other option for her because she wouldn't adjust her standards.
Yeah, good.
I mean, it's just
cool.
Get a dog. Get a dog.
Exactly.
Die alone.
Invest in kibble.
Die on your sword.
But when it has too many people, then it becomes the state's problem. Not the state's problem. There's too many people.
Well,
one at a time.
Yeah, because
one at a time. Who's first?
I'll go. Because the thing is, I couldn't imagine being married if my situation wasn't what it was. I would never sign up for this shit because it would be like some borderline partner type shit instead of utilizing grandmas and shit.
But
I'm just keeping it honest. I couldn't imagine this shit.
What happens when 70% of your people do not get married or have kids?
Oh, they
implodes.
It does.
Non-existent.
You become South Korea.
Yep.
Yeah. Think about how weird Thanksgiving would be.
One at a time.
I was just saying, think about how weird Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's. I mean, you're gonna have potluck Thanksgivings in. Oh,
go ahead, Jules.
I was gonna say you're gonna have potluck Thanksgivings going forward for the rest of eternity, where people just bring in like a couple of things from Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, and
that's fine. What happens with children? Okay, you need 2.1 kids.
Yeah, you're gonna have a disconnected family unit. Like
no, you're gonna start to disappear.
Period. Yeah.
Period.
That's it. Yeah, that's the end game.
And this is why I say with God, I don't try to convince women, and two, I don't fucking argue with them when they try to come at me with this feminist bullshit. I say, why hasn't it worked for you? You're over 25. Clearly, it hasn't worked for you. Two, what policies do you know? Have you read that you can cite? Three, what books have you read? None of them can ever answer the shit. When I say none, zero, none. And the majority of them have fucking masters or multiple master's degree. They think they're smarter than you. They're not. The last person I did that to was my older sister. You think she's talking to me with that bullshit anymore? No. I sent her a whole bunch of shit on purpose. She never brought that shit up.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Sachi. I had a little back and forth about the whole fake ass gender wage gap. Send her the article. She never brought that shit up again.
There you go.
Sachi, you better than I am,
bro. Can I speak on that gender pay gap shit? They make any argument, even because they look at the gender pay gap with how long they live versus how long guys live. It's all type of bullshit calculating. If women live 6 years longer, if we're more likely. They're on total bullshit.
All that stuff means nothing when it comes to the survival of the society, right?
Correct.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're at right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, BTS, I was gonna ask you, can you do an updated book list? Because I saved that to my watch later playlist.
I will look at it. I will look at it. I've actually done more updated book lists, but I'll do another one. Okay.
Well, I'm new to your content.
You have to qualify what you want because I got like 200 books in my reading list. Okay, you got to qualify.
Well, I'm not at that level, but like you're more.
You have to isolate it to what you want to know. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to learn a little bit about everything. That's why.
No, that's not gonna work. Okay.
None around these parts, sir.
You're gonna have to be specific, man.
Well, that's why I was gonna say, like, Salchi kind of led into what I was gonna ask.
If you want to get
I
about
wanted to ask
Gnosticism,
for-
esoteric wisdom, that's different from finance, it's different from politics, it's different from history. What do you want to know? Okay.
Gnosticism, I don't understand that yet. I don't know anything about it.
We'll find out. Okay. What do you want to know? Okay. Because
I want to know, like, what books you think are what books do you consider to be more important to you?
Tragedy and Hope, okay, by Carol Quigley.
That's on my list already.
Read it. Start reading it right now, okay? Tragedy and Hope, number 1, right? What is it? Evolution of Religion of Religion by Albert Churchward, number 2, okay? What is it? I can't remember. The Lucifer Principle, number 3, okay?
Wait. I gotta write this down. Evolution of Religion.
Yeah, by Albert Churchward, number 2, okay? Okay. If
Gold
you want
power.
that's Salchi. Never mind him, right? If you want to know about Bretton Woods, it's called Gold Dollars and Power. Okay.
Gold dollars.
Have you read that one, right, Salchi?
Oh hell yeah! I have the physical right in front of me. Come on.
Well,
now.
I want both recommendations from the both of y'all.
What I'm saying is, the
BJ,
thing
BJ
is,
is the guy.
what do you want to know? Okay. The thing is, you wonder about geopolitics. Okay.
Well, I want to learn about finance. Plus, I want to learn about what you consider to be important to you that made you think the way that you think. Basically.
First one is like Craig Hewlett told me. First one is Tragedy and Hope. How the whole system is actually built. Okay. That's the policy that they still run on. Okay. They've been trying to prove Quigley wrong for the last 50 years. They haven't been able to do it.
That's by Carol Quigley, right?
Yes. Actually got a guy in the DOD. I actually got a guy 2 promotions in the DOD by breaking down that book for him.
It's a good one. It's like the Silmarillion. Like it breaks down like the myths and the legends and the characters and how the society moves.
If you want conspiracy, you want to read Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. Okay.
Secrets of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
You could read some of his other stuff, but that's going to be a little.
In other words, that'll keep you busy for about 6 months. Okay.
Well, the books that I already got from you, like right now, I have. I think this was you, was Booker T. Washington, Up from Slavery.
That's short.
Sorry.
That's short, but yeah. What else?
I have the Roman Guide to Slave Management Treaties by Marcus.
Caesar and Christ by Caesar and Christ. What was that guy's name? What's his name? Famous philosopher. Jesus
like
Christ.
it's a mixed list, so they might.
Oh, is it the guy at UNC?
No. He's dead.
I have To Sleep with Anger. I have Brave New World. I have The Children of Bell Hooks.
I would say Brave New World's fine. So basically, I've given you about 4 books that you need to read if you want to get where I'm at. Right. Start there.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. That's why I was asking if you could possibly. Well, I haven't even watched the first video. But I just added it to my watch later today.
Listen to me. Start there. Tragedy and Hope is like 1,200 pages. Start there.
I used to read a lot, so I could read that.
Tragedy and Hope is 1,200 pages. Start. They even have it in audio on YouTube. Start there.
I will. I appreciate that.
And take notes, okay? And then you can get into the Clash of Civilizations and other stuff that's actually a derivative of that work, okay? The whole New World Order is built on
Clashes of Civilization.
Clash of Civilization, yeah. Clash of Civilizations, yes. There's a whole bunch of books, okay? But the thing is, start with the books that I gave you, okay? That are foundational, okay?
Gentlemen, I'm getting ready to head out. Thanks as always.
Yeah, we're getting to close out. So close the
call. Me?
Yeah.
Stop arguing with women. If they think they know everything, let them know everything. If they want to stick their finger in the light socket, fine, let them. And every time they get shot, just come back and say, you know what? Hey,
Men
It's
like
gotta work this time.
men
Try
like
it again.
arguing with they like arguing with women. Okay,
This is true. Most of them do. I
it's
don't.
it's entertaining. Yeah. So I've ceased to try to tell them to stop arguing with women. Doesn't work. Okay.
Fair
Yeah, I
enough.
still argue with my mom for fun.
Yeah.
Shit is entertaining. She's a gynocrat.
Yeah. Gynocrats.
She a high bougie gynocrat at that.
It's even
Government
worse.
worker, everything.
It's even
The
worse.
last thing I wanted to say was to sound cheat. As when I said you better than me, it's like, listen, man. At this point, I don't. Like I said, I don't argue. That's the thing. I don't, or at least I don't even try to explain or convince anymore. I just go, oh, okay, that's what it is. All right.
And when they can't argue with them, they argue with you. So go argue with
Yeah.
them.
They'll argue with a brick wall if it'll talk back to them.
Yeah. unless there's a mirror on the wall. I want
You
to
know
see
what?
that one.
You know what? Fair enough. But yeah, thanks as always, man.
All
I'll
right.
catch y'all later.
All right. Closing thoughts, folks.
I'd say strap in, continue your education, save some money, fuck them dates, fuck everything. Just strap in. That's all I'm doing. Get money and strapping in. Not buying nothing new, nothing.
All right. Yep. You better. Yeah, because winter's here. Okay. Anybody else? Closing thoughts.
It's cold outside.
Man, you're not gonna even have the shit for the muffins, bro.
You're gonna have a bunch of bum bitches starting hobo fires in
They
the
are.
first.
They already are.
I mean, all I gotta say is this. You know, when I look at chicks, I would think, what would Omni Man do? He was like, wait a minute. I don't have to sleep with you. They got bitches all over the world. What's 15 years? I mean, it's sad, really. It's really sad.
This is what men wanted in 2015. They wanted to be here. You're here now. Y'all still complain.
This is the gynocalypse, as I call it.
The
The gynocalypse. Yep, I called it. Yep, you heard it here first.
That doesn't sound right for some reason.
Yeah, it's a pair of lips with a gynocracy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Up to then. Oh man.
Gynocalypse. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it doesn't sound good, but it's pretty accurate.
It's the gynocalypse.
Women won't listen to us. Black women won't listen to us now that they are. Y'all niggas still complaining. God damn.
I'll be like,
I've been gave up on arguing with black
you know,
years ago.
you know what happens when a black woman doesn't listen to me? An angel smokes a cigar. Who cares?
And at least we're getting to that point now. Because I'm
Like
tired of
I
hearing
just get to the point. I get to the point. Either lead, follow, or get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, lead, follow, yes. Shout out to Leah Coker, right? Lead, follow, get out the way. And I preferably move, bitch, get out the way.
I mean, Royal Rumble that hoe. Shit. Throw her off the top rope.
All right. Who else got closing thoughts?
Just want to chime in. Thank you for your time, BGS. To the young man who was asking about stuff he could do, I got involved locally with a lot of the political scene in my hometown, and it didn't really require that much. Just like going to networking events, meeting people. I helped to get several black men elected to public office. That's one avenue. Things as simple as like canvassing for local candidates, helping to throw events to fundraise. It's really not as complicated and difficult as people might think. So yeah, just wanted to chime in with that. That's another avenue that brother could use to kind of empower the voices of black men. But I'll leave it at that. Y'all brothers have a good night.
Yeah. Research, tweet, and support. Okay. They look at this stuff just like they look at polls. Okay. Research. You can do it. There's always things that you can actually do. Okay. It's not just one way. It always is. People get scared about social media because it's too powerful. Oh shit, they're gonna find me. Yes, they will find you. Okay, and they will look for you. Okay,
it does move.
It does. Okay, if you get enough people with the right message, it'll move, and they know it. Go ahead, Jules.
Thank you for having me up, sir. Have a good evening.
Oh, that's it, Jules?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All
It was
right.
a good conversation. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay. What's up, Jules? You all right?
No. I finished studying and I poured myself a drink, so I'm like.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's Friday. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a long day.
You probably got one of those candy grams coming over in a minute, right?
Not tonight. I'm gonna try and do something tomorrow.
Yeah, my flatback's coming through in like a half an hour.
Yeah, I ain't shit.
You guys are the flatback monsters.
Yes, they are. All right. Who else got closing thoughts?
I'll go per usual. Appreciate you, BGS. You're doing God's work.
Man, you see what I got to deal with, man?
You're doing God's work, man. I mean, I can't do it.
All right, number 2.
I have embraced it.
You couldn't deny it, man. Everybody said, "Yeah, that's him." Everybody said, "That's him. That's him."
Nah, it's on my Instagram now, man. The Equalizer and hashtag number 2.
Because homeboy was a bulldog, man. I had to give him credit, boy. I said that's out to you. Yeah. But you would have settled for 30%, right?
Oh hell yeah! Come on, man. Come on.
25, you probably would have been gone.
You kidding me, man? We talking rich. What am I gonna do? Buy a 747?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Fuck the morals, okay? We rich.
We can talk later. After I get that wire, we got the conversation.
Oh boy.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was hilarious, man. Was you a good sport, Sauchi?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I
Appreciate it.
All right. Anybody else closing thoughts?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I appreciate you and everybody else in the space. Like, I learn something every time I listen to one of you guys' streams. That's why I come here. It's literally just to learn.
Appreciate you. It'll work, man. Once you start applying it, you'll find out how well it actually does work. I know I've had like 20 guys finish their masters from the stuff in the space, so that I know of. So it does.
I'm not gonna say I'm dumb or anything like that. It's like I'm smarter than I sound like, but I just learned that if I could just make money, then I could kind of skip the process and I could just be involved in my interests, basically.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that this information will start opening doors with people that are in the know. So just keep your eyes open and keep learning.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for holding you longer than you wanted to be here because you wanted to be here for 3 hours. I apologize for that, but I really wanted to ask that question because the conversation was going in a weird direction.
Basically, this is something that we have to deal with, which is the alpha part of it, right? And that comes up, and people have a misconception of how the world works. The world doesn't work that way. I'm trying to get that out of people. Money does not make the world go round. It's power and how you organize people. Okay. Money.
Exactly. I ain't gonna hold you, but
money is relative, which is what they're working. The United States is actually finding that out right about now. In fact, there's a book I just bought talking about how the West won't win, or why the West won't win. And talking about money and how it's distributed and how the economic system does not favor what's going on right now. But
I actually watched one of your older videos as well today, the master class on economics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Go to my BGS for Books channel when I actually go through, I think, the first 3 or 4 chapters of Tragedy and Hope. Okay, so my BGS.
I didn't know you had that channel.
Yeah, BGS Books, I think it is. My first videos are actually about Quigley's Tragedy and Hope. I went through like first 5 or 6 chapters or something like that. Actually the basics of what he was actually talking about. So go look at that. That'll help. Anyway, all right, folks. Let me see if I got any cash apps I haven't read yet, and then we're out of here. Nope, I haven't. Okay, there is one. Michael, and who else? That's it. So it's been about almost 4 hours, so that's a pretty good one. So I will see you guys next time. I think I got all my cash apps and all my super chats. I do believe anyone. Oh, excuse me, because I like coochie. All right, folks, I'm out. So peace.